Whoa.
Whoa.
There we are. We have everything set up. Let's move this so that I'm slightly less. There we go. But I don't want to be blocked up. There we go. Yeah. So we kind of have to look up there from now on, which is a bit awkward because it's slightly at an... Oh, no, but I realized we're still an audio podcast.
Yeah.
This is probably very confusing for the audio listeners.
Probably.
That's fine.
Welcome to Sherbertland Podcast, episode 13.
13. And we're a bit of an unlucky podcast because we started it addressing the thing that the audio-only listeners will not be able to hear, which is the bit of the elephant in the room. And that is that we are now streaming the podcast right now before we put it up on iTunes and all that other stuff. I may have just copied this idea from the best friends. That's okay, though. A lot of podcasters do it, and it's just so that we can get more interaction. We do have a chat, which we will be addressing mostly during... I'll be looking when you're talking about Overwatch because I won't care. But at other times, like we will at the end have a question segment, so be sure to stick around for that. And otherwise, episode 13. Here we are. We do a video too, so we will not.
You can see our
visages, our emotions, visages, all that stuff. We will mostly be trying to not do anything that needs to be physically.
We won't like raise hands and all that.
No, but let me just adjust this a bit because fun times. There we go. It's still way too high up. I apologize for this.
Oh jeez.
We're learning. We're trying. That better? Oh no, it's getting worse. Oh, it's getting worse.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, we're good. Hey, cool. So, let's get into the podcast as we normally do.
Okay.
All right.
Our weeks. So, did you want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Why not? So this week was, well, we did have Monday off because of Easter break. So I didn't do anything on Monday, which is fun. Having days where you do nothing is fun. Actually, I've been recording a bunch of stuff. I've been starting to play Danganronpa V3. So I got started on that. About 3 episodes in, so about an hour and a half. And boy, have you ever played something and like it gives you pretty much a spoiler right away? Like it gives it to you, and then you have to play the game of, is that a real spoiler or is that an intentional spoiler they're telling me to throw me off the trail of the real spoiler?
I think I've seen more movies that play with that.
Because I hate that. Because then I go between, is this actually happening or is it not happening and they're just trying to trick me with it? You know, for example, there's you play about an hour and a half of the game and then it plays pretty much like a TV opening for it. So it shows the characters and their names, it shows the opening credits, and there's scenes in that seem pretty spoiler filled. But I'm like, so is that actually going to... Oh, I thought I turned off the things there. That's okay. I'll have to fix that later.
Yeah.
We might have a few subscriptions during this. I thought I got rid of them during this section. That's okay. We'll fix that.
Again, we're
learning.
Transitioning to a new era of the podcast.
Yes. So, only 13 episodes in. Well, it's like the new season, 12 episodes. There we go. But no, so it plays this opening, and I'm like, they're showing things that are super spoilery. In a series about character deaths, that's pretty bad. But then I'm like, is that real, or is that them trying to screw with me? Could be one or the other. So I'm having fun with that.
Probably to screw with you.
Oh, I'm sure it's to screw with me. But the other things, well, then the next day, I went to go do some more teaching. And you know about this, but our wonderful podcast listeners maybe don't. I walked into a classroom one day, and they're like, you're teaching in here. And it was the cosmetology lab. For those of you who don't know, cosmetology is hair and makeup, of which I have no knowledge of. So, thankfully, it wasn't that bad. They always give the notes for stuff where it's like, no big deal, you can just do stuff, and it's easy. But when I walked in there, it was terrifying. To go into a room, and it's like, oh yeah, you're going to teach kids how to cut hair and do makeup. And it's like, I don't know that. But that's fine. Other than that, nothing else really happened in the week for that, but I've been playing a few other video games. I'm going back to Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Really?
Yes, because the best friends are doing a Let's Play of it. And so I got about 10 hours into it, which sounds like a lot, but think about the first 10 hours of Persona 5.
Oh yeah.
That's just the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So I was pretty much like in like the third dungeon, like I wasn't too far. So I decided I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to play it. And boy, that game is just a test for Persona 5.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like there are environments that are, I'm pretty sure they just took them from TMS and just retextured them for Persona 5. Because, I mean, they both take place in Tokyo. So, like, the Shibuya crossing looks the exact same. Like, all the different locations look very similar. There's a few... In the first 10 hours or so, there's not really many huge references to either Fire Emblem or, you know, SMT. I'm just going to say Persona from now on. There's not many references to them, but as you go on, there's some really, like... nice ones, like how the shopkeepers are characters from other games. There's stores that are all named after different personas. There's Jewelry Carbia, which is like Decarbia, which is the Fool Arcana persona. There's an Anzu store. Anzu's a persona. So it's like you got all sorts of stuff, and it's really good. The only problem is it definitely borrows more from SMT in terms of some of the gameplay elements. For example, bosses will come out of nowhere with no warning. You will walk into a room and it's surprise cutscene boss. You have had no warning.
So there's no like open like circular room or like save point before?
Not always. No.
No, it just comes out of nowhere.
I literally just walked into a room and there was a cutscene and a boss appeared with 4 other enemies with it. So not only is it the boss, but 4 other enemies. And that sucks in this game because when you die, there's no continue or retry. It's back to the main menu. And if you haven't saved in a while, that's gone. And like that's classic RPG stuff, and I should be used to that by now, but Persona kind of made me weak with, you know, expecting a retry button to retry immediately from that point, or continue where you place just outside with like right before you went to the battle so you can go back and save and stuff. That was tough. And the reason that it sucks that there's 4 other enemies is because the system in this game is if you get hit by your weakness, so for example, you know, the main character, he's weak to lances, and he's weak to, I think, Bufu, ice skills. And it does use like the Persona skills for like Bufu, Agi, Zio, and all that.
Okay.
So if you get hit by that, then the other enemies get a chance to do a follow-up attack if they have the skill that corresponds to it. So for example, if I get hit with Lance and I'm super effective against it, then they can hit with Lance Snipe and then they shoot me. And then the next enemy, if they have Snipe Electric, they will go off the Snipe and use Electric. Then the next enemy can have Electric, you know, Dia, and so then they will go into it with healing too. So it's like, having lots of enemies gets you killed fast. And it's definitely a game that is more SMT than Persona in terms of the difficulty, but it's, you know, it's still a Nintendo exclusive game. So it's there's, you know, levels you can go around and sort of, you know, grind and stuff. So otherwise I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Does the gamepad functionality work with it, or is it just like second screen type
stuff? This is, I think, one of the few games on I almost said the Switch. Few games on the Wii U that are 100% you need the gamepad.
Okay.
You cannot play without it. You can't play, like, you can't, like, I was like, oh, wow, I can't, like, have a TV on, you know, TV and then play on my gamepad because you need both screens.
Okay.
It's pretty much an HD DS game because the top screen is your game and the bottom screen is your stats, your map, but the most important thing, and the thing that very directly went back into Persona 5, it's your cell phone. So you get text messages from characters in-game, and unlike Persona 5 where it kind of freezes the game and you open it, it just goes as you're playing. And I gotta say, the text messages in this game are so much better than Persona 5.
Oh yeah, I saw.
And it's
Twitter.
Because like every character has a different way of typing. So you get the characters who write full proper sentences. They have everything exactly how it should be, like proper writing. And then you get the characters who just like will press all capital A's to tell you that they're angry, or like mashing on the keyboard, or like emoji. And like, so like there's a lot of character to that, which cool. I think is good. Okay. I don't believe that all the Persona 5 cast writes in perfect English for their for their text messages.
Especially not Ryuji.
Especially not Futaba.
Oh yeah.
She has a few smiley faces, but that's about it, right? And so it's like, yeah, there's no way. And a character gets drunk at one point and her spelling gets horrible and it's hilarious. So that's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying that. Other than that, almost done Detective Pikachu. I'm on the last chapter.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but the I hope the last chapter is big, because chapter 5 was really small. Like, ridiculously small. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do really hope that Pokemon on the Switch takes a lot from it in terms of voice acting. Because the last Pokemon game with full voice acting before this one, do you remember which one it is? It's infamously terrible.
No, I don't.
Pokken. Do you remember the Pokken voice acting? And
how
bad it was?
Yes.
So this game has, again, it's an anime cast. You got Sojiro, you got Erica Lindbeck, you got all the Persona cast. They rock at it. They do such a good job. But, you know, I hope they bring that forward. Mm-hmm. And I hope it's not something that they stop there. Character designs, I can see people hating. They're kind of Pixar-ish. But but at the same time, there's a lot of character to them, and it's like the most diverse game I've ever played in terms of having characters of different nationalities look like how they're. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off the thing. But I'll fix that next time. I apologize. But it's like it's not like, I don't know if you've ever seen in like Monster Hunter. There is no hair options for characters that are not just Japanese or white. Like, there's no dreads, no afro, no anything that looks like of different ethnicities.
Games before World?
No, this is including World. There's nothing there.
Oh yeah, there's.
Yeah, like it's very Caucasian based or Asian. It's Asian or Caucasian. You have a choice,
but
right?
You can get like downloadable.
Yeah, but there's still nothing for a lot of other ethnicities.
Yeah.
But Detective Pikachu has like such a really good, and in terms of like I was surprised when you're getting characters named like Tim Goodman, there's like Mako, there's like all these names of like, it's super worldly, right? It feels like it's set in Kalos, or not Kalos, but Unova, because it feels like you're in a real city, which is cool. I'm really enjoying it.
What else?
That's about it. Because, yeah, no, that's about it. I mean, the other thing is I'm playing Digimon, but I upload that daily, so it's no big deal.
Just an ongoing thing.
Yeah, because it's a really good RPG. It's like, it's so good. Although it's easy to, like, kind of break. But I find that fun. When people are like, oh, but it's so easy to get overpowered. And it's like, yeah, but you can get so powerful. It's so great. That's about it for me.
On to me.
Yes.
Well, over the past week, I've been reaching out to a few of my friends who've been listening to the podcast. I've been asking them what they want from the podcast, what can be improved and all that, and I've been kind of putting together a improvements list. So I've started working on that. Not going to say anything.
Other than it exists.
So look out for that coming soon. Other than that, I have a funny story from Pizza Hut.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So every Friday, I work with this Indian guy, really tall. No one likes him. He's obnoxiously loud. Ooh. And he's also extremely greedy. And he tries to steal deliveries from us every so often. And when I was sitting around it. This is really distracting me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this so that it's looking good. It's just a tiny webcam with nowhere to go. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so I was like sitting around a table with like all my coworkers, and when we heard of the news the guy wasn't coming in, we all like stood up and cheered and high-fived each other, and then one of the guys dabbed. But it was the most awkward dab ever. It was like a robotic dab.
Robotic.
Like, it was like this. It was like.
That's good. That's good.
For the audio podcast,
I'm not even on the screen anymore. I hate this. Why is this camera just so tough to find a good place for it? Like, where should I put this? Because it's too high up on the TV. It's
it was fine where it was.
No, it wasn't, because there was so much on the screen that was not even. I need to bring it down.
Oh my God.
Down. This was a mistake.
A big mistake.
The cameras were a mistake. There we go. I think we're good. Ha! That's good. That's perfect.
That was exactly where it was last time.
Shut up. Okay. Sorry, audio podcast listeners. This will never happen again. We're trying.
We're not like professionals here. We're learning.
Okay, keep going. Dabbing. Robotic dabbing.
Robotic dabbing. It was very funny. That's about it. Last thing in terms of non-entertainment, my life.
Yes.
Went to the Bell store. Said.
Bell is a Canadian, like, a carrier. It's like AT&T, pretty much.
Yeah. I thought Bell was, like, in the States as well.
No. Bell, like, they only have, like, AT&T. That's it, pretty much, in the States.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's pretty much, I think there's a few state ones, but, like, that's the only one that's everywhere for them. Yeah, they have very little choice. Unlike us, we have a lot of choice. Shaw, Rogers, Bell.
AT&T.
We also have AT&T, yeah. Wind. Or Mobilicity, like we have a bunch.
Yeah.
So
whereas the States only has AT&T.
Oh, I guess they have Sprint and Verizon too.
Oh yeah.
Verizon sounds like a Pokemon. Sorry, just wanted to say.
Yeah, but we went to the Bell store and I just asked. The last night I had my phone in standby mode, and it drained like 40% in standby mode overnight, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Actually, a few nights ago, I turned my phone off at 40%, and when I turned it back on, it was at 5%. And I'm like, that's weird. So, I don't know.
So I went into my battery settings, and there was just like one app that took up 2% of the battery on standby. But I'm like, this is probably the main culprit, so I deleted it.
So what app was it? It
was WeChat.
Wait, WeChat?
Yeah, it's
like as in the thing you would buy the Animal Crossing microphone for?
No. It's just like another chatting app. My other friend, she talks through it. Her phone doesn't get pictures, so that's like the way I send pictures to her.
That's weird.
It is.
That's weird.
But I deleted it.
She uses Facebook Messenger.
She doesn't have Facebook.
What? Why would you not give your information to the Mark Zuckerberg Super Corporation?
She's very socially isolated.
Okay.
So I went to this Bell store and they told me like what I already knew. It was probably an app. I deleted it and it fixed the problem. But he also said to get the most out of my battery, I have to like let it drain to 10% and then charge it back up, which I don't do. He said like a lot of phones now have like maybe 500 to 850 charges in its lifetime, and every time you plug it in, even if it's for like 3 seconds, 3 minutes, or 3 hours, it takes up one charge. And with my past phone, that's how it like decreased the battery so much. So now I've been like draining it to like 10% and then filling it back up.
My phone's pretty much always at around the 10 to 5% mark, so I'm pretty good.
I don't get people who don't charge their phone.
No, I charge my phone. It's just then I use it so much that it goes down. Like literally, I will wake up and it'll be 99% because it never reaches 100. And then by the time I'm ready to go to work, it'll be 60. Just from me browsing and me faffing about.
It's a pretty bad phone battery.
It's an iPhone. What do you expect?
Get an Android.
No.
Why?
Because I have to pay for that then. I'm not going to pay for a cell phone. Who pays for phones? It's all about getting the next one in the family. It's all about that
the hand-me-downs.
The hand-me-downs. My life. My whole life is hand-me-downs. Go on.
Other than that, that's about it for my life. The games I've been playing a specific one.
Okay.
I finished Bayonetta finally. I didn't like 100% it because I'm like,
I will say like
I want to be stuck on this game for 100%
years. Bayonetta is tough. You need to pretty much grind away at stuff. So
So I decided to hop across the pond, metaphorically, and go to the western side of
Ew,
things.
Gross! Yuck!
You might even say gross to this.
What?
The game I've been playing is Watch Dogs 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you. I've heard that one's not bad.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay, pretty good is kind of stretching it. I said not bad.
It's pretty good. With the first Watch Dogs, it was I don't usually get disappointed in games. I usually just like take it as it is and like find the good in it.
Yeah.
With the original Watch Dogs, I'm like, no, this is not what I wanted, so I got rid of it.
It is a bad game.
And then when the second one came out, I didn't get it right away because
you didn't trust it.
Didn't trust it.
Yeah.
And then my friend got it like when it came out, and then I recently borrowed it from him, like maybe like not recently, maybe like 6 months ago, and I just had it, and I was like, you know what, I feel like playing an open world game. I'm gonna do that. So I played it.
Never have that feeling. I hate open world games now. Like, give me hallways.
Fair enough. But it is actually what I've wanted out of a Watch Dogs game. Takes place in San Francisco.
Yes, the mystical land of San Francisco.
And the tone, it's so wildly different.
I've seen a lot of footage of it, and yeah,
it's
like
really
the
hipster.
Tone is way better.
It's really hipster, but like not like obnoxiously hipster.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have the jumper, RC jumper, where you can like go into like little holes, and then a quadcopter.
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear quadcopter now, all I can think of is Dahir in Shats. Did I show you that?
No.
The Dahir in Shat quadcopter that's like, oh my god, I need to show you these. So, okay, so Dahir in Shat is this like, I think it's from India, but like it's a technology firm that creates the stupidest products ever. But like when I say products, I mean like weapon products.
Oh.
So like they had it's a freaking like semi truck that goes down the road, and then like these arms come out and it turns into a quadcopter, like, but the size of a like the back of a semi flying around. And then it opens up the compartment and it's just full of bullets with a minigun.
Oh my god.
And it's just like flying around, and it like assembles. I have to show you these Dahir in Chat things because they are the funniest things I've ever seen. They are the most over the top stupid. Wait, I thought you were there didn't you come with us to Gerardo's house and we watched a bunch of these stupid videos, or were you not there that day?
I was there when we watched Kamen Rider.
Okay, right. Yeah, no, that was Fuad's house, but that's
I've never been to
no,
his
that's fine then. No, it's I need to show you. They're so funny. They're so good. Oh, yeah, no, we need to do a Dahir in Chat, like, reaction cast later. Well, no, actually, we shouldn't, because the reason I learned about them was because of the old YouTube channel Retsu Prey. They did a bunch of commentaries on them, but they had to take them all down because I think they were threatened with legal action.
Jeez.
So maybe not do reaction videos to them, but oh god, they're so good.
Back to being...
Yes, Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs 2.
Sorry, Quadcopter just sent me for a loop.
The thing I have kind of an issue with the game is that the main character Marcus, he's really laid back and chill.
Well, I mean, he was the old PSP salesperson.
Not the same Marcus.
No, it's the same Marcus.
That's the same Marcus?
I'm 100% certain.
It was really laid back, and like he just wants to like, you know how these hacking games like take down Big Brother and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But then you walk outside and you can just shoot someone in the head. And it's just like, it kind of like conflicts with his like characterization.
It's okay, he hacks him back to life. No, that's a problem with like freedom based games.
Well, GTA 5, it's like makes sense since like Trevor's a insane asshole.
Yeah.
And he can just like kill anyone he wants.
Every Grand Theft Auto person is not a good character.
But yeah, watch like the thing with open world games what's really important to me is like the soundtrack, like the radio stuff, the radio music, and there's only 5 channels opposed to the 36 in GTA 5.
Yeah, but is it licensed music or is it okay?
Yeah.
See that I simultaneously love and hate. As a gamer, I like licensed music. As a Let's Player, boy, that can go die in a hole. And if they don't add in a streamer-friendly option, they gotta fix that.
Hack the planet.
Yeah, that's the goal.
One thing I really do like, there's these research points that you have to get to upgrade your like stats and all that to like hack more things and become hacker man.
Got to get your hacker points to become the top hackerman.
Yeah, but there's these like ones you have to hack, but there's also ones you have to like manually like get to. They're like suitcases, and the way you do those, like tiny puzzles like all over the map, and it's really like maybe like some takes you like maybe 2 minutes, whereas like some takes you like half an hour to get.
Okay.
Because it's so like intricate and all that. It's just really, it's really well done. You wouldn't like it at all?
No, I wouldn't. No,
God, no. But,
it's everything I avoid about gaming. But I'm happy you're enjoying it.
Yeah, so I'm really. It's not like, holy shit, this game's amazing. It's like really,
it's
really
a,
chill
it's
game.
a solid game, is what you'd say. I like to say
it's also somewhere where I'd like to live.
What, San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, if only that place existed.
It's more money wise.
Oh, I actually wouldn't want to live there until the next, 8 years
like
at least.
Ridiculously expensive to live there?
Oh, it's redonkulous.
Like,
I had a friend.
People are like moving out.
I had a friend who lived there, and like, there's problems there. It's beautiful, but there's problems.
You know how like, every Ubisoft games has that like high marijuana segment?
What?
Like drug.
No.
Stuff? No? Everyone does. Like Far Cry 3 had the burning down the marijuana plants and all that, and you're like high. No, you didn't know that?
So I never played those games.
Fair enough.
So, okay,
but, like
I'm gonna be very honest. As soon as you said the marijuana in Ubisoft games, my first thought was Rayman getting super stoned. I didn't mean.
I'm thinking more like their open world type games.
Fair enough, because when I hear Ubisoft, I think Rayman number one. So like,
yeah, fair enough.
I mean, that would help the Rabbids to chill them down a bit. I feel like that'd be a good thing.
That'd be a good game.
That'd be good.
Mario and Rabbids 2, Marijuana Boogaloo.
Okay.
But in Watch Dogs 2,
we have the podcast title.
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
But in Watch Dogs 2, you have to basically hack this robot dragon.
A robot dragon, you say?
Yeah.
As they are in San Francisco. Actually, you know what? Out of any place on Earth, San Francisco would be the one to have we had a robot dragon. Remember? We actually in West End.
Oh yeah, we did. That thing terrified me as a kid.
That thing made I literally would not go to that end of the mall.
I was more afraid of it falling.
Oh no, I was afraid of how it looked. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
it scared me.
That whole thing in that theater was weird.
I liked everything else. I liked the Yoda, I liked the Batman. Oh, for context, we had because we have the biggest mall in North America, West Edmonton Mall.
Is it second biggest now?
No, I checked. It's biggest.
Oh, nice.
The new editions have made it bigger.
Cool.
It also has a higher occupancy rate than the Mall of America. It's only 16th in the world though. That's crazy. But in North America, it's the biggest, and we have a big movie theater at the end, and they had this dragon there that would actually like breathe fire. Like it's a huge robotic dragon curling around the center of the ticket booth. And when I say huge, I mean like this thing was massive. Like it was 2 stories tall. Yeah. It had like good claws out, and it would every now and then the music you'd hear like church bells would go boom.
Oh yeah.
Boom, and like the lights would flash and it'd play this terrifying music, and then the dragon would look left, look right, open its mouth, and then a flamethrower would go.
Yeah.
And like it was terrifying. It is gone now. After about 2 or 3 years, they stopped breathing fire out of it because the maintenance was way too high. Apparently some guy singed his eyebrows entirely off, so that was great. And then they've now taken it and rebranded it to like a totally normal movie theater, which on the one hand is a little sad. It's a little more boring. But on the other hand, that thing terrified me as a kid, and so I'll take it.
Still kind of terrifies you.
You know what? You know what sucks though? When I at like, let's see, how old was I? At about 13 or 14 years of age, I was still a little freaked out. Not scared, but I didn't like it. Like it was made me uncomfortable. My sister, who was 7 at the time, thought it was the cutest, best thing ever. She loved it. And so she would want to go up and watch the dragon breathe fire. And there I was, the older brother, who was like, I can't handle this. So look up West Edmonton Mall Dragon. You'll see what we're talking about. It's terrifying, to say the least, as a small child.
All right. That's all I've been playing.
Yes, Watch Dogs too.
Now, what I've been watching, I watched The Defenders over the week, and it is so much better than Iron Fist.
So you'll defend it?
I'll defend it.
God, I'm so happy we have an HD webcam. Not to bring this up for the audio podcast, but I just dabbed. And on my old recorder, that fast of a dab would not even be caught. I'm so happy I found this. I literally just found it in my house. That's what happens when you have a techie dad. He just has an HD webcam.
Sounds like you're pretty upset about that.
I'm not upset. I'm upset that I didn't find it before.
But yeah, with The Defenders, it's basically the Avengers of the Netflix series, as you can put together. First 2 episodes were kind of like them doing their own thing. They're like kind of still in their own TV shows type thing. They don't really interact with each other.
Interesting.
But the 3rd episode, like when they like come together, like it is so well done. I think it's like the best fight scene in the whole series. It's a limited series.
What do you mean limited?
It's only 8 episodes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like it's going away after a certain period. And
no.
What? Why would it do that?
But yeah, it's not like it could have been better.
I'm sorry, I just read the comment. How often would Tanner dabble? We couldn't see.
It's Tanner.
And I like the implication that I will dab so fast you can't see it occasionally, and you don't know how many times I've done it.
But yeah, it's not the best MCU Netflix show, but it is really, really good.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
As everything I've been experiencing this
aside from
week.
Iron Fist. Oh, you mean over your week, right?
Over the week, yeah.
Okay.
There were a few twists near the end of the show where it's like, that's cool.
Like, as in, like, relating to stuff that already exists in the Netflix MCU, or in terms of introducing new stuff?
Both.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes. The last 2 episodes, they reveal something that's been in New York for all this time. And now when I'm going to be watching the other, like, Avengers, the first Avengers again, I'm going to be like, oh, that's there.
Wait, it's that big that it's something you watch in the background of other Marvel movies?
It's big with Iron Fist lore.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Which I find really cool. And they totally did a thing at the end of the episode where it's like, yeah, that's... I don't want to spoil it.
No, fair enough.
It's like, I don't believe that. That's not going to happen. And then it obviously doesn't.
Okay.
That's how vague I'm going to keep it.
That is very vague. There's a thing that I think will happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. So it didn't happen. It's like...
You want me to go a little bit more?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm sure people who watch it know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
yes. I didn't say about this in my week, so I knew you'd bring it up.
We, on Friday, saw I Love Dogs.
I love dogs, too.
Do you know?
Did you know?
If you say I love dogs, it sounds like I love dogs.
I know. It's the greatest cinematic.
Wes Anderson does it again.
He does it again.
Another thing, when we went to go see it, there were no like movie trailers.
Yeah, I like that. That was nice.
That was awesome.
I think you pretty much... I think it's self-published. So, like, he pretty much has the choice of saying, like...
Oh, there are like, ads up the wazoo.
Well, beforehand. But that's the theater ads.
Yeah.
That wasn't the movie-related ads, right?
But it was weird because it said, like... It says... You know how it says, like, coming soon? And, like, the popcorn people?
Yeah.
But, like, it just cut to the movie.
I don't know if these people know anything about the popcorn people. I think that's a Canadian thing.
I don't know.
I guess we could ask, do you guys have... Well, no, because it's Scotiabank, so that's Canadian.
Yeah.
Scotiabank is... We have little pieces of popcorn who go on screen and tell us to, like, turn off our cell phones, and they have, like, little kind of cheesy animated shorts.
It's like it's like, okay, ready for liftoff. And
oh yeah, it's like, so there's all of them in like the popcorn bag, and then they're like engaging flavor boosters, so they put in like M&Ms, and they shake them up, and it's like, and then they go and it's like a rocket taking off as the person just lifts off
to theater 16.
It's like we're going where no colonels have, and they're colonels because they're like,
yeah,
like colonel. Oh man.
And it's like when they went to go see that romantic comedy, and he was like crying butter.
Colonel was like, actually, I really love the design. I just look up Scotia Bank popcorn, I think, probably. Yeah, because popcorn. Like they have really good designs where they took like the randomness of like a popcorn pop and turned them into like chins, eyes, mouths, and like they're really well designed characters. They're just a little cheesy.
Yeah.
Because like there's one that just always falls over, and that's the joke.
Ha.
He's like, ha, he fell over.
But going into Isle of Dogs, what are you looking at?
I'm just reading. I just saw the phrase "Big Boss Colonel" and "Venom Colonel." That's a crossover that, hey, David Hayter's Canadian, so. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you know he also directed X-Men 1 and 2?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I did.
You know, he was a director before he was or during his time as a voice actor too.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
Nope.
Do you want me to we can fact check right now.
No, we're good.
You sure? Do you not believe me?
I don't believe you.
David Hayter, X-Men.
But with Isle of Dogs, I think it's better to go into the movie.
Here's X-Men with David Hayter.
Where is it?
See, you're wrong.
What? He was. Or was it X-Men 2?
Oh.
I think it was X-Men 2 only.
You're going to be embarrassed.
I'm not going to be embarrassed. It's real.
Live stream.
It's real.
As for audio listeners, we're searching up the proof that David Hayter directed X-Men 2.
Oh, he was the screenwriter is what he was.
Yeah.
He was the screenwriter for X-Men X2 and Watchmen.
Okay.
Yes.
He wasn't the director.
Not the director.
See, you were wrong.
I was wrong, but slightly. Screenwriter is very similar. It's up there with director.
Yeah.
It's up there.
But you're still wrong.
I am still wrong.
Yeah, but Isle of Dogs, it's better to go into the movie knowing less about the plot, because that's what we went.
We went in. I did watch about a minute of Ralph the Movie Maker's review. Just the first minute.
I watched it all.
You watched it all beforehand?
Yeah.
Before? Yeah,
I didn't. He didn't say like a ton of the plot.
But he had images of it.
Yeah, I knew what the movie looked like.
Okay. So I watched about the minute, and then I was like, you know what? I want to see this myself, because there was so much interesting stuff happening that I was like, I want to see it myself. So I stopped it there. Yeah, go into that knowing nothing. Yeah. It makes it so much better.
There's something at the beginning that something happened where I thought it was going to continue down that path, but it kind of abruptly stopped. I'm like,
there's a lot of subverted expectations, and for good ways.
Yes.
In the good ways. Not the bad ways. Not like, oh, I wanted to see a movie about this and I got this instead. It's, oh man, it's another movie about that. Oh no, it's not. So it's a lot of really good subversions of expectation. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pick it up on Blu-ray. The stop motion was also
I've seen people saying that it's Uncanny Valley for them. And I didn't get that at all. No, I thought it was stylized in such a way that it completely avoided the Uncanny Valley for me.
At first, I thought it was going to creep me out, but I'm like, no, this is well done.
Yeah, because it has a style to it. So I didn't get that. But some people said oh, it's just the fact that it's stop motion and animals. It looks off to me, and I want to throw up. And I'm like, what are you, baby?
I think most people haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anything else to say about Isle of Dogs before I move on?
I did hear, and I was thinking about this during the movie, the interpretation of a certain set of people, racially, and how it sort of, I don't want to say too much about it, but I will say there are ways you can criticize how it present some people, but the movie itself is still really good. And those people themselves are loving this movie. So a lot of it, like, you can critique it for there are issues with some representation issues, but it's still good enough that I say it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want, because I don't even want to get into that without, because it's like, it get spoilers and stuff.
Just
so
go see this
go
movie.
see it. It's really good.
Go see this over Ready Player One.
Oh yeah,
a funny little joke. Tanner.
Oh yeah, because he's like, oh, do you want to go see I Love Dogs? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I'm in the car, and there's one other guy with us, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what if these guys are just trying to take me to Ready Player One? Because they said they wanted to, and they didn't, thankfully.
Yeah. One last thing on I Love Dogs. I like the little touches that they put in the movie, where like, specifically with the dogs, where they like kind of just sneeze.
Oh yeah,
every so often.
Yeah, really great depictions of dogs. Yeah. Well, at the same time, you listen, like they talk like people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, their dogness is still there, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about it with I Love Dogs. I think I'm gonna cut those last two things out of my list since we have a lot to go through.
Yes,
in terms of news and main topic.
Yep. So
news time.
Let me pull it up on my computer so we each have it. Yeah, news. All right. So
lots for me to talk about this week.
Yeah, so
I'm excited about this.
Your stuff you talk about, my stuff I'll talk about. Let's keep it copacetic.
Okay.
It's a good word.
First story. Oh my god, it finally happened.
And I'm even a little excited for this, honestly.
Spyro Reignited trilogy.
It looks really good.
The PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One.
And for the Switch. Because
a little bit.
No.
It's like half confirmed.
The fact that it went up on the Nintendo of Europe website with the details.
It said Spyro Trilogy Remastered and not Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
Yes, but as we will talk about in a later news story, it's very obvious that a lot of the employees at the Nintendo website firm love to hit things way too early and publish things that they shouldn't. I'm going to say 100% it's going to be on
it's
the
coming
Switch.
up, but like...
It's going to be a little bit.
Maybe it'll be E3 type thing.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
E3.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo likes to hold things for their own.
Yeah, like, they like to announce it. If it's something this big, they like to announce it with their stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to drum up that hype.
But back to Spyro.
Because just one more thing. Because like honestly, a Switch announcement might cannibalize the Xbox announcement entirely. Because that's like on PS4 it's tied to Sony.
Yeah.
On Switch it's portable and you can take it anywhere. On Xbox
it has nothing going for it.
Nothing. So yeah.
God, this game looks fantastic.
It looks amazing.
I think it looks better than the Crash trilogy.
Well, I mean,
in terms of like updated visuals.
Because I mean, Crash is still just a hallway. Like even
it
updated, it's still just a hallway. But Spyro looks like you have the whole.
You see like side by side comparisons. It's
outstanding.
Holy shit!
I am looking forward to the similar amounts of kind of streamlining that they did Crash 1, 2, 3. Keeping the jumps feeling the same, keeping things the same. That to Spyro because you got Spyro will control the same. Yeah. You'll have, unlike the original Spyro 1, 2, 3, the same voice actors. Mm-hmm. And it's looking to be Tom Kenny voicing Spyro, so SpongeBob. Tom Kenny SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking because the first Spyro...
He had a different voice.
He sounded a lot like SpongeBob too.
No, right. It's 1 and 2... No,
1 voiced someone else, and then...
Yeah, 1 was someone else, 2 and 3 were Tom Kenny's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Regardless, it's now Tom Kenny, which is the best voice choice.
Oh yeah,
because he's
for sure.
He's still great, like for sure.
The music is something I'm a little bit worried about since the dark. Did you hear the music Dark Hollow? It's part of the pre-order theme, so that's how people ripped it out.
No.
That song has a lot of bass. And in the remastered version, they took 90% of it out.
Well, I mean, it is going to have differences in the music. I mean,
yeah,
but I mean,
as long as they don't what's the word? Destroy the original.
One thing I might say though is for a menu theme, maybe they took out some of the bass because
it's a level theme.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have toned down the bass in the mixing for your theme.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
I guess.
when you have it on the theme, you know, you don't turn on your PS4 where you normally have, you know, nice ambient sounds. It's not, I mean, it's not that bad, but they might tone it down a bit there.
I'm excited to see what the Dragon Park in Spyro 2 is going to look like.
Oh,
all
yeah.
up-resed.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
I'm excited to hear that remastered Amanda Bynes show ending. Do you not know?
No.
But the Amanda Bynes show in Spyro?
No.
They took the Dragon Peak song from Spyro and just stole it and used it as the credits for the Amanda Bynes show on Disney and Family and all that. Like, they just straight up used it.
That's weird.
It's weird and random, but like people would be listening and they're like, wait a second, this sounds real. And it's just straight, because I mean the composer was the same, so he just used the song again. And it's like, okay, so I'm excited for that. That's why I did the one tweet that was the joke that says if you press the button combo, then you get the Amanda Bynes show. Oh, and the button combo in the Crash trilogy is crazy. And I'm kind of sad people didn't discover it first.
Well, no, they put it in.
No, I know they put it in, but like what I'm saying is I kind of wish that they would have released that update like 1 or 2 days before, and then some crazy person finds it, right?
Well, that's cool that they put it in the Crash.
And they put it in the same way you unlock the demo. Spyro demo in Crash 3, which is cool.
Really
there are people who are like, "Ooh, it's not a demo," and I'm like,
this game was
they're
just
not gonna
announced.
update to add in a demo the day a game gets announced. Like, that's a little much. It's like, what happens when you suddenly get like a 6 GB patch, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But yeah, the Spyro Reignited trilogy is releasing on September 21st. 9 days after Spider-Man?
Oh, September is booked.
Oh man, imagine if Smash comes out that month too.
I don't think it will. Unless it does. Nintendo would.
Nintendo would. You got this next story?
Yes, Metal Slug XX is coming to the PS4. So it is a port of the PSP game, which is an updated port of the DS game of Metal Slug 7. So it was a DS game that they decided, okay, you know, we're going to put it on the PSP with more content, and then now they're bringing it onto PS4, which is good because there was a lot of DLC for Metal Slug XX that now is just not obtainable. So, for example, a bunch of characters from King of Fighters are playable in it because it's by the same company. So, like, you can just get these King of Fighters characters who play. So you played Metal Slug.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but you can also do fighting game moves.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like, that's pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to be a downloadable small title because it's just like it's going to be like a $20 thing. But it's nice that that's brought back because the Metal Slug games are art. So I'm happy for that to be put on something else.
Still going to pick up 3 on Switch.
Yep. There's, like I said, well, this one's 7.
There's a ton.
So
Yeah.
So you don't need to pick up X. Because X is just a remake of 3, but it's worse.
Okay.
So, yeah. Funimation, in a press thing at PAX East, said, yeah, we're making an app for the Switch. And then they came out later saying, after everyone reported it, they're like, we didn't say it's coming to the Switch, really? So that means that, yeah, they're working on it, but I bet you Nintendo is holding it back for... Like, I'm sure all the media stuff is going to come at once. Mm-hmm. You're going to get Netflix, you're going to get YouTube, you're going to get Twitch, you're going to get, you know, Crunchyroll, Funimation. You'll get all of them probably at the same time, and it'll just be in a big Switch, like, you know, media update with probably the paid internet too. So, but I don't even think you'll probably need the internet to use those, but it'll just come in a big, you know, network update for it. So yeah, when they came back and people said, oh, it's no longer confirmed, I'm like, no, the fact that they said it's being worked on means it's being worked on, but they haven't been given the go ahead to say that they're working on it. So
someone let their words slip.
Yeah, for sure. And that happens.
Especially in like crowded spaces like that.
Yeah, especially in an unscripted, you know, PAX event. So I mean, it's on everything else already, so like, why not? Okay, you got this one.
I got this one. Overwatch time.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yes.
Before before this was all announced, I was about to hop off the Overwatch wagon. But damn it, Jeff, you did exactly what I goddamn wanted. So what they're doing, new event, they're bringing back the Uprising event, which is now formally called the Overwatch Archives, which is basically...
Okay, that's interesting. Because I kept seeing the words Overwatch Archives. I'm like, what does that mean?
It just means it's they're putting everything under umbrella
now. Makes sense. Yeah.
So they're bringing back the Uprising event with like the two, like the story mode and the free, like all characters mode.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second mission, which is called Retribution, it's going to be focusing on the Black Watch side of
the bad guys.
The bad guys.
The bad Russian guys.
Not Russian.
Most of them are Russian.
It's
the
Gabriel
bad guys
Reyes,
are always Russian.
Gabriel Reyes, Reaper, Moira, Genji, and McCree.
Moira with the hat. People
hate
it. It is such an improvement. People have no idea.
Really?
It's so much better.
I don't think it's an I think it's like cool, but it's not an improvement.
It's so much better. She just has the stupid hair otherwise. I hate Moira. Get this Paladin's garbage out of the game.
I've kind of like accepted her.
She fires pee at people. She's drink of my pea juice.
What about the purple stuff?
Me. That's purple drank. It's pea and purple drank. The two base elements that form life. Go ahead.
But with the Retribution event, well, Uprising was about Tracer's first mission and like her taking down it was Reinhardt, Mercy, Torbjorn, and Tracer going into King's Row to take down the what were they called?
Omnic?
Yeah, but they have a specific name.
Okay.
Well, there's an Omnic force that took over King's Row.
You know, it doesn't matter because the name's gonna change next week.
Probably. Oh God. They've been really retconning a lot of lore stuff.
They love their retcons, but that's how an ongoing game is kind of made.
Well, the Retribution, with all the forecasts, they're going into Venice to take down Talon. Ooh. And we're going to be seeing Talon like in the flesh for the first time, which is really exciting.
Neato.
Because Talon's been kind of like
in the shadows,
restricted to the comics type stuff.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is with the Venice map that they're bringing in, it's going to be nighttime, but after the event, they're going to be putting it into the main game as a payload map, and it's going to be the daytime.
Neat.
So I'm looking forward to that. The skins wise, have you seen the skins?
I've seen the design that makes me want to main Sombra.
The shorter Sombra Talon.
Oh, it's just...
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it. What? You prefer Cyberpunk Street Fighter V Laura?
I do.
That is insane. That design is... I hate the shaved head and then the flopping... I hate that. Short hair is just... it's perfect. So good.
No.
She looks so much better.
No, she doesn't. Sorry.
This guy, I swear.
Tulum Sombra's way better.
What?
Tulum Sombra.
Who's that?
The Summer Games skin.
Is that the ice one?
No.
The ice one's pretty good too.
The one where she's in a scuba gear. You don't know.
The ice one's good because that one also has short hair.
Kind of. Not really.
Yeah, it does. That's short hair.
A little bit.
It just floops up a bit, but it's short hair. But this is real short hair, which is the best hair.
Yes, thank you, Raven.
Love the shade. I don't. I've worked with too many girls with that haircut.
Okay, other than Sombra, there's a Doomfist skin, Talon Doomfist.
I have not seen that.
He has hair.
It's
really like...
That's a little weird.
It's really like short, like that short.
That's a little weird. I don't know about that.
His got what, you know, the design with the Sombra skin where it's like white and black and red, kind of.
No.
You just looked at the hair, didn't you?
Yes. Okay, no, I looked at the rest of it.
Well, the design was like white, white, black, and red. That's the same kind of motif that the Doomfist skin has. Hanzo's getting a business suit, basically.
Yeah, no, yeah, go ahead. I'm just reading how people say that it's because of my religion that I love short hair.
What?
Maybe?
And then we haven't seen the skin yet, but Reaper's getting a new skin, which I'm really excited about because it's going to be him before like he joined Blackwatch. Where he's still in like this skin's called Soldier 24.
Okay.
Where he was being recruited into Overwatch for the first time. So I'm looking forward to that.
I hope it's just him in his pajamas.
That'd be cool. But besides that, I'm looking forward to it.
You're back in?
Yeah, I'm back in.
That didn't.
I like the PvE stuff.
That didn't last long.
It didn't last long.
That did not last long.
It's probably gonna be a circle.
Fair enough.
Honestly. Next story.
So we talked about a little bit a couple times ago about Travis Strikes Back, but like there's been so many confirmations now that like 100% this is just an advertisement for No More Heroes 3 and trying to drum up the hype for it. Like it's going to happen now, which is cool. I still have to play through No More Heroes 1 and 2 myself. I played through 1 with a friend and didn't play through, but I watched a playthrough of 2 when it came out. So like, yeah, like that's, that'll be good. It's a good game series. It's like so weird and wacky.
I hope they port the first to the Switch.
If they port it, it'll probably be the PlayStation 3 version that they port, because then they ported the Wii version to PlayStation with a bunch of changes for the better. So they'll probably put that one on to the Switch. Need an Overwatch intervention?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do.
Next up, Final Fantasy 15 new episodes.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a bit behind in terms of the releases.
You're not super behind.
I'm like
you're behind with one thing to play.
The Royal Pack is pretty large.
It's a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's not a time sink. It's just stuff to do.
But at PAX East, there was a panel, right? Was there a panel?
There was. Yeah, because Square Enix had a bunch of panels.
Yeah. With the Final Fantasy 15 one, they announced that there's going to be an entirely new year of DLC.
Yes, 4 more episodes, which are good because the episodes are really good.
Yeah. So the first episode is going to be episode Ardyn.
Yeah, and it's going to take place 2,000 or whatever years in the past.
Yep. Back when he was it?
He was the royal healer.
Yeah.
So you're going to be going around.
That's what I wanted the most.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Yeah. Second episode, it's going to be like kind of like a side story episode.
Yeah, so I don't know what they mean by it because they didn't say episode Aranea, but it's gonna be like side story Aranea. So we're gonna have to see what that's gonna be. But it's said to take place in Niflheim while the outbreak of the Star Scourge is going on.
Oh, that's
turning everyone into demons there. So that's gonna be interesting
to see. Learn more about Ariana.
Ariana?
Oh my god. Can't believe
like Ariana Grande? No, Aranea.
Aranea.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to know a bit about her. She's awesome. And
third episode's gonna be Lunafreya.
Yes.
What details were on that?
I think it takes place before the movie, and I think during.
That'd be cool.
So you get it's going to be interesting. They're saying, look, we know Lunafreya didn't have much character, so we're going to make you care. But
a lot of people like that was a step down.
Real talk. Lunafreya gets stuff in Royal Pack, and it's really good.
Oh, cool!
It's the best stuff for her so far.
And the last episode
is episode Noctis, which
weird.
We won't talk too much about. Because of spoilers.
Yes.
But it's looking to take place either during or a replacement of, but it's looking to be at the end of the game. So whether it's going to be the true good end, the true worst end, or something else, we'll have to see.
Was there, besides the episodes, they also confirmed they're doing like a character creator? I think they're adding more to the character creator.
Yeah.
Comrades.
Well, Comrades is also getting a standalone release.
Okay.
You'll be able to play and just download Comrades as a standalone game, which that game has enough content in it that, you can do that. Like, Comrades is ridiculous. It's just a Monster Hunter that they added. Yeah, episode Noctis. It's just Tekken 7. Pretty much. That'd be great.
And then for the PC people, Square Enix is adding in mod support.
That's already in.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's all in already. Yeah, no, that was announced day one. There's already mods to make them all super naked.
Maybe they announced it's out, maybe a release date for it.
I think out of beta is what it is.
Out of beta, yeah. Okay.
They also did announce just today. They are doing a crossover with Tomb Raider.
Really?
Yeah. So it's going to be Tomb Raider stuff in Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy stuff in Tomb Raider. Which, you know what? That makes more sense than Assassin's Creed. So I'll take it.
Yeah, and Sims.
Yeah, and Sims. I still can't believe that's the weird one.
I think that's it with Final Fantasy 15.
One thing that I forgot to write down, but also happened at a panel there, there was a panel with Yoko Taro celebrating the anniversary of Nier coming out, Nier Automata. And he confirmed a couple things. One, that they have another story they want to do for Nier, and that a, quote, door may open in the future, which is like, please make that happen. He also confirmed he keeps a 3-week-old Hershey bar in his head if he's hungry. So he just literally at one point in the show, someone asked if he's hungry, and he reached into his head and pulled out a Hershey bar. It was amazing.
What?
Yoko Taro is wonderful. And they kept saying that there's still the one secret in Automata that no one's found. So look for that, people. Please. I won't.
I still have to play it.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Colton's like bugging me to play it.
Like the ending song will come on while I'm playing Final Fantasy 15 because it's in there as a song, and I will cry. Weight of the World. You gotta edit it as a song in 15. Also the song from the original Nier. Song of the Ancients. They're really good songs. You Are Greasy. Me? Yeah, I don't know. That good? Nice. Greasy.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll take it.
What's this Shermie?
Shermie. She's a character from previous King of Fighters games, and she was confirmed for SNK Heroines. So she's not in King of Fighters 14. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. But she's really cool. She has hair that like covers her eyes, and like she has a really good design. So that game is looking to just be a big dumb fan service fighter, which I'm looking forward to. I'm not getting it on the Switch, but she's not in 14. So that's interesting. They put her in that game, but not 14. You know. But speaking of 14, we did get a confirmation of the last DLC character. I'm pretty sure for it, unless they add more, which is Blue Mary. So she's an old school fighting game character with a really good design. Not much blue in her design for a character named Blue Mary. She has blonde hair and an orange top. She's wearing jeans, but that's her name. It's a bit weird. But I like her design. So it's good. Beat doesn't like her, obviously. He put a bunch of Z's. And finally, for SNK, there's a confirmation that the Digital Eclipse, the team behind the Mega Man Legacy collections, the Disney Afternoon collection, and a bunch of other, the Street Fighter collection, the next thing they're working on is the SNK collection, which is going to be for the Switch only. And it's going to be 40 SNK games, but not like the fighting games and stuff, but the old school games. So like some ones that like have never gotten a re-release and are like obscure Japanese only NES games, right? So like that's really cool that a lot of people will be able to enjoy that. So yeah.
Yeah, what's this all about?
So that's fine. Metal Gear Survive, announced today, is getting a Metal Gear Solid 3 event.
And you want to die. And
I want to die.
It's written right here.
Because it's like... So it's an event where you go through, I think, like a section of the swamp from MGS3. You unlock the You're Pretty Good gesture. You unlock the Taking on the Shegahod CD, and you can get cool accessories from Snake Eater. And it's just more...
Stop it.
More crapping on the grave that is Metal Gear. Please stop. It's already dead. Just let it live. Or not let it live, but let it die and with grace, you know? Woof. That's bad. That game's bad. It's already down to like $16.
LOL.
It's bad. Makes me sad. Speaking of Metal Gear and stuff that doesn't make me sad, One Piece Worlds... Yes. One Piece World Seeker.
Oh, yeah.
The game that is pretty much Metal Gear Luffy, which is so cool, is adding in 3 new characters who are really cool because they're not really in any other One Piece game yet. And that's Sanji's brothers, Ichiji, Niji, and Yonji, who are super cool. Reiju is not in it right now, Beat, but I'm sure she's going to be in it at one point because that's his sister. They're pretty much like... What were they called in MGS1? All the bosses, what are they? what are they called? A Foxhound.
Yeah.
They're like
In
they're
3?
No, in 1.
In 1. Yeah, Foxhound.
Yeah, Foxhound. They're like Foxhound. They're like Dead Cell. They're like they're a bunch of bosses, right? So you look at them and you're like, these are going to be good bosses. They're dope. The only thing I don't super love is the fact that they're colored like red hair and a red suit, blue hair and a blue suit, green hair and a green suit. They're very much like kind of Power Ranger-y, but otherwise like that's a good addition. That game looks better by the day. So the Street Fighter Miniatures board game went up on Kickstarter.
I saw Angry Joe pushing this. Is it a thing by him?
I'll get to that. So it went up on Kickstarter and it immediately reached its goal pretty much. Like it's up, it got it. That's good. Get those stretch goals. There's going to be a bunch for that. But I would have been super into backing that. But the spokesperson for that is Angry Joe. I hate Angry Joe.
He's not that
bad. His opinions on fighting games plagued the community for years. He thought Ultimate Marvel 3 was the worst thing to happen in video games ever. Talking about how it was like a scum on video game kind and how it's the worst. And the worst part is people liked him so much they would parrot his opinions. So, like, this is Ultimate Marvel 3. A really good game.
Yeah.
And he hates fighting games. Also, the fact that he kind of got... because he's a part of Channel Awesome. I don't know if you know anything about the Channel Awesome stuff going on. Whew. Do you know Nostalgia Critic?
Yes.
So his website is having a mass exodus because there's shady stuff that went on there. He was definitely a part of it. Oh yeah, and he loves the NetherRealm Studio games because he thinks they're so good. He's like, why isn't this like Mortal Kombat 9? Why can't I press a button to do a super? Why do I have to do motions? I'm Angry Joe. I hate him. I hate him so much. So I'm not supporting him.
What's this Street Fighter Miniatures board game all about?
So it's a cooperative adventure style game. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but with like Street Fighter. And it's all like it's called the miniatures game because you get little figures of the characters, and it looks cool, but I just can't support Angry Joe. So now that it's reached its goal, I'm gonna wait till it comes out in stores. Much like the Mega Man board game, which came out and apparently isn't the best, but it looks cool.
I just read this next story.
So Shaq Fu, Alleged Reborn, went up on PlayStation Network. And within the day was taken down.
Why?
The release date for Shaq Fu Alleged Reborn is in about 2 months.
How did they do that?
Someone pressed the really wrong button. And it went up and people were able to download it and play it for a bit. They did the same thing with the Yakuza thing where they got rid of their licenses. So even though they have it, they can't play it, right? But when it comes out, it will they'll be able to play it again. But for now they can't. Though people who take their consoles offline are still able to play it. Oof. That's a big mistake. It was like it's not like it was incomplete or they got it for free. They had to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's a full game. But it's a big accidento. How did that get a remake? Memes. So, the next story. This is really interesting and I'm really looking forward to this. So Super Bomberman R, which is a really good game. I really enjoy it. It's much better than what people think it is.
It's a bit overpriced.
No, now the amount of content they've added in free updates makes it worth it. Bomberman is the best multiplayer experience on anything. Okay. But it's getting a quote multimedia expansion.
What does that mean exactly?
So it means that they gave the rights to it, along with Contra and Frogger, to a company to license out music, movies, TV shows, merchandise of all sorts. So the big thing is the studio that they sent it out to really means Like, they are known for doing TV shows. So we might be getting a new Bomberman TV show. I say new because there's like been 3 Bomberman animes in Japan. They never came here. But like, that's cool. I'm down for that. I love Bomberman. And so yeah, the other ones are Contra, which I could see getting, because this is Konami, right? So I could see getting a, like, the same way they made the Castlevania sort of adult cartoon. I could see them doing that for Contra. Frogger is probably just going to be some, you know, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures style kiddie show. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Contra and with Bomberman. So Bomberman, I feel, will be in the middle. Not super kiddie, but sort of like, probably just an anime, you know, something like that.
Probably. Yeah.
So that'll be good. Okay, you got this one.
All right, so Insomniac's Spider-Man.
No. Sony's Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man trademark.
Got a huge blowout this past week.
Big news.
Big news. Most importantly, the release date. And you didn't put it on here.
Isn't it September?
It's September 9th, I believe.
9th, or I thought it was 6th.
6th or 9th.
Yeah, one of them. Hey.
Hey. Oh God.
They told us a lot about it, including how the swinging works. How there's
the swinging looks so good.
Costumes, including Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk's one's going to be pre-order bonus.
Yeah, but it looks so. It looks.
I wonder what the other two is going to be.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that they didn't tell us what the pre-order bonuses were.
They're going to reveal them later.
Yeah, but I feel like that should just be a thing that they tell you. That's weird. That feels like a we don't have the models done yet thing.
Fair. One of them's. Well, I initially thought it'd be cool to have a symbiote suit, but it's like there's other suits that are like way cooler.
Yeah, no, there's so many Spider-Man suits there. There'll be stuff.
But I'm glad they're getting the swinging right.
Yes.
Have you seen like the fast travel stuff?
The fast travel is so good. He just walks into the subway and he's on there on his smartphone. It's so good. It's so good.
And there was a new screenshot of Norman Osborn.
Oh, okay.
He's in the game now.
Yes,
obviously, because
he's one of the most important characters for Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
Playable Mary Jane.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be weird.
I think it's gonna be like, in Batman Arkham City. Did you play that? It was worth a shot.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, but like as you play as Catwoman.
Yeah, I think it's just a short section there,
sections and all that,
and then maybe challenge rooms and
maybe Spider-Man like goes off the map, like gets killed.
I don't think he's going to get killed. Injured, yeah, or taken, stolen.
Yeah,
yeah,
and the Mary Jane has to find him.
Yep.
Did you see the collector's edition?
Yeah, I don't know about the statue that comes with it.
They have to reveal it still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why is Spider-Man on a giant block that says top secret? That's weird.
I wonder if it's going to be like he's standing on top of like a villain or something.
See, my thought was that we're going to get Miles Morales in this game and it's going to be both of them on the statue. So remember there's the early trailer with him in it?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I have a big feeling that there's going to be a near release, big spoiler thing where they're like, hey, you can also play as Miles Morales, and then it turns into that's a big, like a Raiden in Metal Gear thing, right? So
yeah, I'm excited to see like what villains they put in this game.
Yep.
I wonder if we'll see the Sinister Six.
Are we gonna see Shocker? Because Shocker is like the #1 most jobber start of the game villain you can think of. So much. His role in like Homecoming is so perfectly tied to like how important he is. Like he's nothing.
They're nothing.
Yes.
But yeah, September 6th or 9th. I'm looking forward to it. I got the collector's edition pre-ordered.
Very nice.
It's gonna burn a hole in my pocket, but you know what? I'll do anything for Spider-Man.
Yep. Anything.
Not anything.
Be careful what you say. I've said I'll do anything so many times that I've learned you don't want to do anything. There's some stuff where you draw lines.
Next story.
Yes. So
breaking news.
Kind of breaking news. It was from this
2
morning.
hours ago.
No, it's from like 6 a.m. this morning.
Okay, well, I wasn't up that early, so.
Yeah, because you're weird. You sleep
No,
in.
I'm not
What
weird.
a loser.
It's the weekend.
All about that 6 a.m. life.
Oh, you loser.
So the Animal Crossing website is going through a bit of a rough time. So first off, people went on the website and like it was completely like broken when they first got to it. It was like things would lead to the wrong stuff. You'd click on a thing that said like click here to go to the New Leaf info, and it would take you like Kirby Triple Deluxe. Like things were going super wrong. You click on stuff and it would take you to websites that don't exist, right? So that was bad. And then they decided to roll back. He said, okay, so they rolled back the site a little too far. They rolled it back to the point where none of the text on the site has been written, and all the placeholder text was there. And the placeholder text was from Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis, a short story about a man who wakes up and finds he's a giant cockroach, which itself is kind of fitting for Animal Crossing, about everyday life of animals. It was weird, and some people were terrified because like the story is literally like a horror story, and that's on the website. It's just there.
That's weird.
But the way that they also added they got rid of the 3DS section entirely. There's no Wii U section anymore. There's a new video section.
Oh.
People are like, this means something.
Yeah, I could see.
And there's nothing about the mobile game on the site. There's never been, because that's DNA. That's a different company. So it's been like...
I could see an E3 thing.
Yeah, so people are like, this is probably an E3 thing. Yeah. Because just the way that the website kind of broke and then exploded, it feels like that's what it's for. And so, as I said before, the people at Nintendo have a very hard time with making their websites right. So that's interesting. That was... When I first saw the screens, I'm like, this is fake. And I went to the website myself, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not. That's real. Why was it placeholder? Because some people like to have fun at their work. Okay.
Second last story.
Second last. Do you have... Oh, right. Yes, because I wrote down another one.
Yeah.
We did it. Chrono Trigger on PC is getting a Super Nintendo graphics patch. Official. Like, there was one that was made by the fans, but it's getting an official one. Thank you.
I forgot.
Because
the camera.
I'm looking right at it. Because that iPhone graphics was so bad. So that's good. I'm very happy that now, like, that game is up there as it's meant to be played. I mean, aside from a few quirks, but it has all the DS content. It has all the, all the content that's ever been... It has the anime cutscene, so it has everything that is for Chrono Trigger now without the debilitating crappy mobile graphics. So they fixed it. Good job. Now fix Final Fantasy 5 and 6, you fricks. And last story. This is just a small one that I added in. So they finished off with all the Monster Hunter costumes for Street Fighter. They're all there. They're all done. Good to go.
Cool.
So the next costume that they announced is Guile is getting a Nameless Soldier costume from the old beat 'em up Forgotten Worlds. And this costume has Guile with his hair slicked back. Why are we getting a call?
Tanner, can you come upstairs for a second?
Oh, I'm getting a call. That's okay. We're going on break in a second anyways.
Yes.
So,
oh my god, that scared me.
Yeah, fix the Google Home. So yeah, it's his hair slicked back and it looks weird. But that's good. That's a nice costume. And if you put in the costume code, his hair like poofs back up. So that's great. I love these crossover costumes. Are really good. But yes, we're going on break for a second. When we get back, we'll be doing the second half of our podcast where we're going to be talking about
the
Marvel,
MCU.
Yes, MCU Phase 2, which we finished watching a couple weeks ago.
Last week.
Last week, was it? Yeah, with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about our stuff about it, and then also all that we want to follow. And then at the end,
Yes.
Beat, because I see you Zing in the chat there, we will do question and answers, which will be fun. So we'll see you guys in a sec.
See you then.
And we're back. And I have chocolate milk.
Water.
It's good. I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't care. Chocolate milk's the best. So, we're talking movies now.
Movies.
We're talking our...
That video game shit out of here.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I much prefer video games to movies, but that's just because I prefer interactive mediums to ones that you passively engage with. But... let's talk Marvel Phase 2, which we've been rewatching through our leading up to Infinity War and other stuff rewatch of the Marvel movies. And so we're going to talk about Phase 2.
Phase 2.
Which I would argue has the highest peaks and the lowest lows.
Really think so? Like,
well, maybe not the highest peaks, because it kind of it still gets better from here. But
it does have the lowest lows.
It does certainly have the lowest lows. We'll get to those. So we're just gonna go through movie by movie, talk about our experiences with them. So where we watched them as a kid, how we think about them now. I don't think we're
necessarily kids at this point, though.
You're right. By this point, we are definitely.
Iron Man 3 was 2013.
2013, so we would have been in high school.
Yeah.
So we would have been in grade 12 for that. So nope, arguably teenagers. Closer to adults. So teenagers. So all right, let's start with the first movie of Phase 2, which was the conclusion of the Iron Man trilogy. Even though he's kind of in way more crossovers now than his own movies, but that's fine. Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Or as I call it, Tony. I didn't workshop this joke. I should have thought of the joke before I opened my mouth. You know what? Okay, here's what I say. It's not Iron Man 3. It's the Tony Stark movie.
Yes.
It is less a movie about Iron Man as much as it is the man inside the iron.
Well, yeah, because Tony's been affected by the Avengers.
Yes,
incident.
Terrible PTSD after going into the woolly hole in space.
I mean,
the space woolly hole.
I mean, I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. I'm still trying to crawl out of the woolly hole myself.
So, where were you when you first saw this movie?
This was one that I actually skipped out on when it first came out in theaters, and I watched it on. I think just on because we don't buy DVDs. We rent them because we have a TV rental service where you just go on your TV box and we rent the movie. So I think we just rented this one. And I remember watching it and being like, yeah, that's a movie. Didn't love it.
No?
Didn't love it.
I liked it more than Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's better than Iron Man 2.
People say it's the worst one out of the trilogy, but I'm like, no,
I don't think so.
No.
It's definitely different from 1 and 2. For sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
To a point where
there's different directors.
Yes.
Because it's Shane Black.
To a point where the ending, like, credits where it goes through, like, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 and has that really good montage, which is really good. But it almost feels out of place because of how different the tone of 1 and 2 are, you know? But it is, I really enjoy it. And the twist with the Mandarin.
Okay, the twist with the Mandarin. Funny thing, you finish.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. I think it's so good. I love the idea of the villain that you thought was going to be the villain. Surprise! He's just a big dumb idiot. And like, the huge just destruction of expectations. And especially then when you watch the short with him later, that builds up, you know. It's some people say it's a cop out. I love it.
I do wish it was like more, I don't know. I'm okay with it now.
Okay, so I can see the criticism, but I love it.
Fair.
So
yeah.
I do think that there's a bit of a hyperbolic ending where it's like it ends with him getting rid of all the suits, right? And then, like, come Age of Ultron.
That's one of my main issues with
like,
this movie.
Doesn't matter. He still has a ton of suits. He's mass producing, you know, the Iron Legion. So it's like, there's a bit of where it's like, in terms of the grand mythos,
yeah, this movie
really doesn't matter.
It's kind of like a pebble in the water type movie.
It's definitely. The only thing is it gets over his PTSD, which, I mean, that's about it.
Again, that goes away at the end of the movie, in the majority. Too.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't really get brought up again.
You can definitely like see hints of it in like Age of Ultron, where he like builds the Iron Legion and wants to like.
Yeah, and I've heard some people say that the Iron Legion is a form of him coping with the PTSD, which I could see.
Like,
and Ultron,
the whole thing. What in terms of me, the day before I went to see this movie,
yes,
got the twist spoiled.
Was it by one of your friends?
No, it was online. A YouTube comment.
Oh, why were you reading those?
I don't know.
I have a YouTube channel and I don't read those. It's not worth it.
I don't remember exactly how I felt towards it, but I'm like, I knew it was coming. So when it happened, I'm like, there it is. But, with the main issue I had with the movie is the pebble in the water thing. It like didn't have a big impact, but as used.
I just remembered the one thing that this movie will bring forward to later movies. The kid that Tony's with.
The kid is actually coming back in Infinity War.
I can't believe that. That's so good. I love that kid, though. That was good. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie, is just seeing Tony acting kind of like a dad.
Yeah.
You know? So
that's good. How do you think the Christmas approach to it? Because it was a Christmas movie.
It was a Christmas movie. This is like, I know people argue Gremlins is a Christmas movie. People argue Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't know if I would accept an argument for this as a Christmas movie too much. It's set at Christmas, but there's no, aside from a few small hints of Christmas, it's not enough in the movie to, I think, classify it as a Christmas movie.
Fair enough.
It's set at Christmas, but I don't think it's enough to say it is a Christmas movie.
Well, one of the best parts of the movie, if not the best part, is the one set in where Tony gets stranded on. Where was he?
It's like Montana.
Is it actually Montana?
I'm pretty sure it was Montana.
No, it wasn't Montana. It wasn't Montana. It was somewhere else.
Wherever. It's upper middle United States. It's all the same.
Okay, so villain. Or I guess villains.
Well, no. There's one real villain.
Yeah. It's Aldrich Killian / the Mandarin / Extremis soldiers.
Well,
Extremis as a whole.
Yeah, Extremis is kind of just a metaphor for alcoholism, so.
Yeah.
Aldrich Killian, great name. Kind of forgettable villain.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, great name. That name will stick with me forever. Aldrich Killian. Ooh, what a good name. But no, not a...
I remember when we watched the
movie. I don't
movie.
even remember what he looks like right now.
I do, but I remember when he breathed fire.
Oh yeah, he breathes
fire
apart, and I'm like, that's the coolest thing. He can just breathe fire. Dude's just a human Bowser. He just opens his mouth and brr, fire, and I'm like, didn't expect that.
I liked his tattoos.
I don't even remember his tattoos.
At the end of the movie.
I don't even remember.
Really?
No, all I remember him is looking red and glowy.
Like,
and then the way he dies, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Pretty ironic.
Takes a while. It takes a lot for him to kill him.
Yes, yeah, he's a problem. Unlike the Mandarin, who's great.
Well, he is the Mandarin.
No, he's not. Remember the short?
Right now, he's the Mandarin.
No, remember the short?
Yeah, I do remember the short, but nothing's come of it.
Yeah, but it confirms that he was not the real Mandarin.
Well, I think they did that just so they could get the haters off.
I don't think it was a hater scenario.
Then why haven't we seen, like, any developments yet?
Because there's not
going to be another Iron Man movie.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that there's not going to be another movie featuring characters from Iron Man. There's going to be Phase 4, Mandarin Chicken. Thank you, Beat. Wonderful contribution.
What did we do exactly during the Phase 1 talk? We did when we saw it first. The villain. What was the after credit scene?
Oh yeah, after credits. This one was
kind of throwaway.
I don't even know. I'm trying to remember what it is. Yeah,
it was Tony talking to Bruce.
Oh
and
yes,
it was a whole telling a story movie.
Yes.
Wasn't there another one?
I think the other one was just about the Mandarin going to jail.
No, that was at the end. That was in a post-credit
okay.
Scene. Last thing about Iron Man 3, I like the beginning of the movie where he's testing out he puts the grains in his arms.
Well, yeah.
To call the suits.
Yeah.
And it's like they fly to him.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's a cool suit up scene. Anything about Iron Man 3? Last thing?
I like it more than Iron Man 2, but I still it's honestly just because I've only seen it like the first time and then now it's less memorable for me.
Fair enough.
But there's good scenes in it, and I do like the approach they went with it.
Also, when I first went into the movie, I was like, okay, this is the beginning of a new phase. And when the Blue song started up, I'm like, this is the beginning, Phase 2.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I didn't care that much back then.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I wasn't that into it then. It took until pretty much Guardians till I was like, this is going to be something special for me. Yeah.
You know what's special?
Especially after the next movie.
The next movie. Thor the Dork World.
The Dork World, which I wrote it down that way because it is a masterpiece.
It's not a terrible movie. It's not like...
Yeah, but it would be better if it was terrible.
It's not like The Room.
That would make it better!
I knew you'd say that.
If it was worse, it'd be better. Thor the Dark World is just like... There's like one good
where were
scene.
you when you first saw it?
I went to see this one in the theater... And even after that, I'm like,
I think I saw it in the theater too, but it wasn't as memorable as Iron Man 3.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Iron Man 3 was.
What I do remember is going to see it in the theater and then going home that night and watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it was the episode that takes place right after Thor the Dark World, where they have to clean up the ship in London. Like, I was like, that's cooler than all of Thor the Dark World.
Oh yeah, and. Side note, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it shortly started after Iron Man 3.
Yes.
And it started as like a tie-in show, almost like...
It pretty much has split off into its own thing, but Beats just quoting Marvel vs. Capcom like 3 and Infinite right now, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but it was like... The first episode was all about Extremis and like wrapping up like...
wrapping up Iron Man 3, and then they tied it into...
Thor...
Pretty much, yeah.
It was kind of a Monster
Thor,
of the Week type.
Captains, Winter Soldier, Guardians. They did all of them, all the way up to pretty much Ant-Man. I don't think they did anything with Ant-Man, but they tied them all up to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a Monster of the Week.
A little bit for the beginning. Yep.
And then when Winter Soldier hit. But before we get to there, back to Thor.
Oh.
What's the good things you like about this movie?
The one scene where Loki comes out and acts as Captain America, which is hilarious. And that's about it. You talk for a bit. I have to go.
Okay. Well, with Thor, I remember not Loki, not Malekith either, but Curse. The big the big brooding dude.
The brooding? I don't think he was brooding. I think he was brutish.
Brutish, that's what.
Brooding is like Batman, where he's like standing on the cliff and he's like, brutish is where he's like just a big Dumb monster frick.
I think he was a better villain than Malekith.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was so much a better villain. Malekith is
the way, like,
so bad.
Because he crushed like the rock in his hand and it became big. And it, like, kind of his skin like molded into the armor, and his death was brutal.
Oh, his death was brutal.
It was like Yellow Jacket levels of brutal.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think even more brutal. Well, because like half of his face got torn off. And,
yeah.
Like, into the grenade.
Yeah. No, I'm just not a fan of this movie. It's so it's funny because when that movie just came out, I was in university. I think it was my first year, and I literally went to a class where the teacher there, the professor, told us how Thor: The Dark World was the single worst thing he's ever seen, and that it is exactly, and he based his entire curriculum on this book is good, unlike Thor: The Dark World. And when it first happened, I thought it was funny and weird, but looking back on it now, he's super right, and like in retrospect, it's like, yeah, he's he was very right about it being terrible.
Wait, Thor was just a boring character.
He has no personality. Loki has a bit, but he's almost too brooding. It's like after the spectacle of the Avengers, where he's like pompous and kind of gets his butt handed to him at points, and like that's funny. It's like he goes back to being, oh, my brother, before we were once friends, but we will never know how we work together. Thor 1 of
Shakespearean.
Oh well, yeah, because it was still by the Shakespeare team, so it's like it was
boring.
Now, you know what I will say? One addition, there was less canted angles than Thor 1.
Yes.
But there was more of the humans,
which isn't a good thing.
Oh,
that intern stuff. Oh man,
what a bad movie.
I
don't even want to talk about it. Can we move on?
No, we have to do villain.
What villain?
Malekith. You didn't even know his name before we watched it.
Because he's just like he looks like.
One important thing in this movie is the ether, the reality.
Yes, and
stone.
I hate that
because this movie is necessary.
This movie's necessary. You can't skip it. Like,
I liked how it was like a liquid form type thing.
Yeah, the liquid is kind of neat, but it's like nothing too. Okay, can you go away? We're doing something. Kai, I know you're back there.
Wait, where did she go?
Is that? No, seriously, can you?
Liquor's down here.
Wait. Oh, there's a cat. I thought that was
special guest.
We have a cat randomly. That's not even our cat. We have a cat in our house that is not ours. Why is there a cat in our room right now?
Hi, kitty.
This is not even our cat. It just walked into our house.
Meow.
Like, he's just petting a cat. It just walked. Amazing.
What do you have to say about Malekith?
We don't own a cat, and yet it is here. So, explanations needed. This is a neighborhood cat. He likes to walk into our house.
It's my Stan Beat says.
So, okay. This event that happened right here, better than all of Thor: The Dark World.
I'd rather pet a cat.
I'd rather pet a cat. He's just in our house. Can you bring him upstairs, though?
I'm trying
I don't want him. I'm allergic to cats, so this is going to be great.
Me too.
Fun. Okay.
All right, post-credits scene.
Post-credits scene.
For Thor. Do you remember? Do you remember, like, any of these?
No.
Collector.
Right. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, that's
this one was a good one because
the only good part of the movie.
Yeah, for sure, because this really sets up like the entire space aspect.
Yes.
And because really, even though Thor is meant to be part of the space universe of Marvel, until Ragnarok, it doesn't.
He's
even
kind of
feel
more
like
like
it.
the mystical space part of it.
Yeah. So no, that was a really good one. I like the Collector. Did he have the Aether? Like, did they give it to? No, they didn't give it. Did they give it to him?
Sif and one of the Warriors 3 gave it to him.
So they gave it to him.
Yes.
So does he still currently have it?
Yes.
Or did he give it back to the cat is in the room again? Did he give it to Thanos though?
I think he gives it to Thanos in Infinity War.
Okay. So we'll have to see here. just weird having a cat just walk into the room. That's not even ours.
This is exclusive to the video podcast, by the way.
Exclusive to the video podcast. It's
so if
wonderful.
you're listening, you're missing out.
Just walk him up the stairs and shut the door. Jeez. Amazing.
And then there's a second one where no, that was Thor one.
Which one?
The beast that runs through the.
That's a nothing.
Oh yeah, that's because all the portals in the end.
That's nothing.
The end fight was cool, I thought. Going through the portals and all the missions.
I wish that it had more of a reference to other Marvel stuff. Like I wanted to see them going through other Marvel locations. You know, it pretty much just went to like random space planet. You know, Dark World. You know, Asgard.
You know, the Dark World kind of just simplifies this movie. You know, it's boring. It's barren.
Yep.
It's
for sure.
Whoa.
But
final thoughts on the Thor: The Dark World.
I never want to watch it again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Now, okay, so we're at the low point.
This is the lowest point of all Marvel movies. This is
from here on out, it's like
everything from here on out is good to amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to top, like cream of the crop. Cream of the crop.
You're not saying that right. Cream of the crop, brother.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm. Or as I like to call it, the single best Metal Gear Solid movie we'll ever get.
Yes.
It's what it is. It's so good. Also, I love how bright it is out. And that's with the blinds. You can barely see us. It's great.
Again, first experiment.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bear with us. Okay, so where were you when you saw this movie?
University.
Did you skip on this one too?
No, I went literally after class one day, I said, let's go to a theater with a friend. And we went and we saw it. It was great. It was really good. Just like, cause this was at the part of university where I'm like super comfortable with my classes and stuff. So it was literally just, let's take a bus to go see it.
Cool.
Which was cool. So that was really fun.
Yeah, I just went to the theater and watched it. Nothing special.
Yeah, no, so it was, we just went and we watched it. And I mean, I watched it. I'm like, that was really good. And I really enjoyed it. I went from the Winter Soldier to yo, that dude's dope. And and then as soon as I watched that movie, I'm like, that's gonna have big ramifications on all of Marvel.
Oh man, like when this scene in the bunker where what's his name?
The short
Hydra dude,
yeah.
MODOK.
He's not MODOK.
He's MODOK. He's MODOK in the MCU. He is.
MODOK's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, that's a different.
He's literally call him the machine designed only for killing. Only designed for killing or whatever.
This is like Captain America MODOK. There's two
he's
MODOKs.
nothing like MODOK.
He's like the head in the computer.
That's not MODOK at all. MODOK's a killing machine.
Well, didn't that computer not kill?
Have you seen MODOK in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yes, I have.
He is a head that controls a body that kills.
But I'm saying this is the adaptation.
It's nothing like MODOK.
Okay,
You're just saying it because you see MODOK's face and you're like, he looks similar. That's MODOKist. You're a MODOKist.
That could be the episode title.
We already have one.
Okay, what was it again?
Mario and Rabbids 2
Marijuana
Boogaloo. There we go.
But yeah, that scene in the bunker where they revealed that the Hydra's been infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. this whole time, and I'm like, holy shit.
I remember for a long time after that, we were all shaking hands and saying Hail Hydra to each other.
Yeah.
We'd shake hands, go up to them, whisper in the ear, Hail Hydra.
And there's so many people in this movie that turn out to be Hydra.
Yeah. It's like, hey, everyone's a villain. Spoilers.
It was like the first time viewing is like something like that you'll never get again.
It was a really good film. Like,
I think one of the best scenes in the MCU for me is the Nick Fury's assassination attempt.
Really?
When he's driving down the road and he's getting like, because I'm like, why are these people all of a sudden trying to kill Nick Fury? And like the Winter Soldier reveal, as like the first time we see him in the mask, he shoots the disc, to blow up the car. And like the laser thing Nick has, because that's from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and I like how that was tied in there. I just remember watching it then later with my mom, and when when he's driving and then the car crashed in from the side, she freaked out. It was hilarious. Mechanized organism designed only for keep away. I love MODOK in Marvel 3. He's so good. That's why I defend him to death.
What else do you remember from the movie? Like, standout points. Because I feel
elevator fight scene.
Oh yeah,
that's a great one.
I think like all the fight scenes in this movie are like
they're really good.
The beginning scene on the ship where Captain America's just straight killing people.
Oh yeah, he's killing people. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Featuring Batroc the Leaper. That's a nice reference. That's a nice. I like nice bringing it in.
I like when Marvel movies, the MCU specifically, puts in those little like, not like you can't file them under a main villain category.
Yeah, just the little side villains.
Yeah,
and they just put them in
like,
small
that's
roles.
what that villain looks like.
I never got that on my first watch.
Yeah, I had to bring it up.
Yeah, to bring it up, and then I googled it, and I noticed like, yeah, his suit looks similar. So that's really cool.
And I thought he comes up later in the movie, but I'm going to be wrong.
I think he's in the takeover at Shield.
I don't remember.
Yeah. What else was there? There's the Falcon introduction.
Yes, Falcon. One of my favorite superheroes.
So when I hate his classic costume, like the stupid white and red, just like bird suit. Oh, yeah. I hate that thing. This Falcon is so cool. Just like jetpacks and flying around, and does he have the twin machine guns in this one? I think that's late. Or he does.
No, I remember because in the final scene, Bucky tries to shoot a wire at him, and he's like,
oh yeah, no, he's so cool. Yeah. He's so needlessly cool.
Yeah, when they first introduced him, like on your left, that's good scene.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and then he brings up the stuff I need to remember list.
Oh yeah.
No, they're just full of really great moments. It's like a super standout movie.
And the directors of this movie are also making Infinity War. So
yes, that's gonna be good. I love the red and white. Sorry, I don't. A lot of the classic costumes, I'm like, that needs to change for MCU.
All right, so
villain. Bucky.
Winter Soldier. I think it's, if we're thinking about masterminds, it's Robert Redford.
Yes, the guy who didn't even really know what movie he was in and kind of
Mr. Hydra.
Yes.
Even though he's a
John Hydra Man.
John Hydra Man. He didn't do fighting, obviously.
Yeah, no, he's kind of a background villain.
He was a perfect fit for this movie, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, it's like Bucky's like pretty much the main antagonistic force, and he's like he's a force to be reckoned with. He's great.
He's another one of the best scenes in the movie is the highway scene.
Highway scene's good. Yeah,
like when Cap's running up to him and Bucky punches the shield.
It's good.
Like, that was a comic scene. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like. Awesome. The metal armor is just so cool.
I don't even think to say. Like, you're right. Yeah.
Trying to think. No. Okay. Never mind. Post-credit scene. Go on. You can do it. You can do it.
Nope. Don't got it.
Weren't there two in this one?
I don't know.
Okay, I remember one, which was Bucky. It was the very end where Bucky was in the museum, and
yes, okay, no, I remember that one.
Yeah, and he's like looking at his memorial type thing. There's another one though. I swear there was another one.
I don't know.
Do you guys remember?
Wait, isn't it the twins?
Oh yeah, the twins.
Yes.
The first signs of Age of Ultron.
Yes, the twins there. X-Men character they can use, and X-Men character they can't use, as they're known.
Yes. And we also found out that Hydra is in possession of Loki's staff.
Yes, which is big problemo.
Yes. And anything else?
Honestly, this is one of the best Marvel movies for sure.
It's not on my top 5.
It's not?
No.
Really?
In terms of like the entire MCU? No.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna say it's definitely.
I think I'd give it the number 6 spot.
It's definitely up there for Phase 2.
Oh yeah,
100%. But we still have good ones to go through.
Yes.
So okay,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Here we go. So this movie is my favorite MCU movie of all time.
Really?
I still think this one is the best one from the just how it's filmed, the humor, but the thing is just like the music. It sets such a mood.
I still think the second one's better.
I don't like the second one as much.
We won't talk about that.
Just because like the way it introduces to you a set of characters so equally and balanced that none of them feel like they get too much spotlight, none of them feel shafted, and you really feel their plight from people who hate each other to being a team.
Yeah.
It does it so well that I don't think I can think of any movie that introduces you to 5 characters in such a perfect way like this.
They kind of had to nail this because
they had to nail it, and they did.
No one knew what the Guardians were.
And it's like everything about Guardians of the Galaxy, like literally from the moment the music started in the first scene, I was like,
well, because at the very beginning, it's like, oh, this might be like a more serious film.
Yeah, and I didn't, because I don't watch movie trailers. I avoid movie trailers because I don't like knowing much going into them. But this thing was more than
Gamora.
Stop with the Marvel quotes, the Marvel game quotes. But like, as soon as the music started, I'm like, this is going to be something special. And all the dancing around, all the, jokes, which are really good jokes.
Oh yeah.
I still laugh at the movie. Like I've seen it probably about 10 times.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just like every time I enjoy it. Wow. It's so good.
Favorite scene in the movie?
Favorite scene? Dance off, bro.
Really?
Dance off, bro. Let's do this. Because it's so much just like, Peter Quill, I'm going to fight you and I'm going to destroy this. And he's just like, come on, man. Dance off, bro. Dance off. And he's like, and it's such a dumb thing to do that the villain, who is seconds away from destroying the world, stops and just says, what are you doing? Nothing. Like, it's just that dumb of a thing to do. And it's so good.
I like how she tries to get Gamora in it, and she's like, no.
And he's like, Gamora. And she's like, no.
All right, subtle. Bring her back in.
Take it back. It's so good. Like, it's just start to end. Oh, and okay, no, we'll say that for post credits because
this movie also builds a lot in terms of the cosmic universe.
Oh yeah, no, this movie is one of
like
the biggest one for world building.
Get to learn more about the Celestials,
Kree,
even the like Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stones for sure. Well, this is the first one that really talked about the Infinity Stones.
And Thanos is in this movie too.
Yes, Thanos has a physical role where you see him and he's there
and he's intimidating.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
and this is the movie that we couldn't get his name last time.
Who?
The guy in Avengers that pulls the strings with the Chitauri.
Oh, Taskmaster. No, that's not his name. What's his name? I know who you're talking about. He has a name like the blank or whatever, like something like that. I know who you're talking about, but he
gets his neck broken right in front of Thanos.
Just gets completely just wiped out immediately, and it's so good.
And Thanos is like, "Oh, you should have done that."
He's more like, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed you killed him, which is so good.
And they like can't believe Ronan had the balls to betray Thanos like that.
That was a bad move.
He destroys the. No, he just puts it in his hammer.
Yeah, he just puts it right into his hammer, and Thanos
is just watching.
Just like, you know not what you do, boy. And he's like, I'm not a boy. I'm Ronan the Accuser, and I accuse you of being a dummy. I hate you, the Xandarians. I hate everyone. I'm gonna blow up a planet.
We're getting into villain stuff, but I think we should talk about Yondu.
Good character.
Very good character.
Really good. Interesting in the way that he was an original Guardians member, and this is like the new Guardians cast. We'll get to Guardians 2 later, but the way they bring that back in is really cool.
Yeah, he's really the Olibole.
Oh man, the what's it called? The bloopers for this movie are wonderful. Oh, it's so good. Just everything about it is just fun, and I'm very happy the Guardians went from being Z-tier Marvel Comics characters
to having their own ride and
to having their own Disneyland ride with advertising with Rocket Raccoon. Like that is,
and they're like a big part of
that's
Infinity War.
Jump. right? Like it's great.
The Rocket group and Groot dynamic are like
perfect. Yeah,
it's just awesome.
No, so like it's great. Okay, so let's talk villain. So
higher than I just can't get names today. Malekith.
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. Ronan is a bad villain, but that's fine. Because it's not about, like, most Marvel movies are about a villain.
Yes.
It's like Age of Ultron or, you know, The Winter Soldier. Most movies are about a villain. This villain is just an obstacle that they have to work together towards.
Yes.
Like, and that's why I don't have a problem with him. Because even though, yeah, he's probably Malekith level of just bland, dumb villain.
He has better motivations, not as good as motivations, because
Malekith is like, we've been oppressed as a people, so we're gonna go kill you all.
He's just like, I want to make the world dark.
Yeah.
Whereas Ronan's like, I hate the Zendarians.
Well, no, but remember the Dark Elves were banished to the Dark World. And so then he's mad at them.
But their main goal is to, like, darken the world.
Yeah, no, Ronan is just like, I hate the Zendarians.
After the peace treaty.
Yeah, after the peace treaty, he's like, no, I ain't having any of that. And so he's just
kind of, it's a step ahead of
You know what, though? But again, because that's not the main point of the movie, that's fine.
Yes.
You know, and so it's more about the characters.
You could also classify Yondu as a villain. In this movie, I think.
I never got him as...
Because he gets in the way.
No, but by the end, he's still helping them.
Fair.
I never got him as a villain. I got him as a anti-hero, if anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post-credit scenes.
When Howard the Duck appeared.
There you go.
When Howard the Duck appeared, voiced by Seth Green, I nearly shed a tear. Because I will take to my grave that Marvel's Howard the Duck, the movie, is not that bad. Have you watched it?
No, but I know it's bad.
You haven't watched it, you don't know!
I've seen scenes.
So as a kid, I remember one night, late at night, browsing the channels. This was before we had TV guides. You'd have to browse up and down on the channels. I remember one time, on our kids' network, Teletoon, they're playing at night a movie called Howard the Duck. And me, being in my lol so random phase, saw that title, thought it was the funniest thing ever. Howard the Duck? His name's Howard and he's a duck? Are you kidding me? So I watched it. It is a cheesy 80s movie in the best of ways. It's dumb, but it's fun dumb. I love the Howard the Duck movie, and seeing him appear there in Guardians, officially making him MCU canon, nearly made me shed a tear. And then I learned later the history of Howard the Duck and like his actual thing with Marvel Comics. And wow, that's a wild ride. But like, oh man, I love you, Howard.
Was there a second one? I thought there was.
I think it's one extended scene, isn't it? No.
I'm gonna look it up.
There is two. Oh, isn't it just Thanos again?
No.
No? I watched Howard the Duck as a kid. It was fine as I remember, says Ravencloak. Yeah, no, I just love it because of my memories, but I think people who say it's a terrible, terrible film are super wrong. What else is there about that movie while you look up the after credit scene? Good soundtrack. I'm very happy that soundtrack became like a top soundtrack for people to buy because it's just like a great collection of music.
Oh yeah, the use of it, the raspberries, when they finally team up at the end to go fight Ronan. It was the
raspberries.
That was the band name. It was the montage where they're all like getting ready to go face Ronan.
Okay, you're gonna have to say the song name. Well, whatever. The songs are great, all of them. Like they're all great songs. I mean, if we can't remember it, it's obviously not that important. Yeah, I think it's just Howard. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. It's like I mean, I love that movie ending. Okay.
Anything else? Guardians? No.
Still, I like it more than two, but maybe one rewatch will be better, but we'll see.
All right. The big one.
big one that I
Age
was
of
really
Ultron.
excited for, but on rewatch, it's got problems.
I thought I enjoyed the second viewing, like a rewatch viewing, better than when I initially watched it.
See, I was different. I loved it when I first watched it, and then every rewatch, I've been liking it a bit less. So, Age of Ultron, though.
Age of Ultron.
I don't remember
It's
anything
not a
about
ton.
seeing it.
It's not a. Oh, in terms of seeing it for the first time. Again, it was just another theater go. I think we should cut this portion out in the phase 3 because I think it's just
well, because it's not kid stuff anymore. It's just going to see it in theaters, pretty much. Yeah.
The main thing I want to talk about is Ultron.
Yes.
And while he is a good villain, I get his attitude because he's like pretty much Tony Stark's like offspring.
Yeah.
And his mannerisms like pass through, but like I still feel he could have been more intimidating, more threatening, because it's called Age of Ultron, but it only lasts a day.
Yeah,
right?
No, for sure.
Like the thing in comics, he like destroys the world. He takes over the world.
Oh yeah,
and they gotta use the time stone to go back in time to defeat him, right?
Yeah. I will say.
In this one, he just used vibranium.
Well, yeah, because they can't use adamantium.
Yes. You just the world building stuff wasn't as well done in terms of like Infinity Stones, but like with Black Panther, that was well done. But like the Infinity Stones stuff wasn't the best. What do you have to say?
Like I really do like Ultron as a character. I know some people hate how quippy he is, but I think it's like a charismatic, but at the same time pretty threatening character. But he definitely doesn't. I mean, aside from his final plot of dropping a city, there's like not much that he does that is threatening, per se.
Well, he all just like builds.
Yeah.
Up to that plan, right? Like the most intimidating he was, scariest he was when he was first programmed, when he was in the interwebs, looking at all everything, learning everything so quickly, and then using that like destroyed Iron Legion suit to talk to them and
no, it's like it's a movie that I can definitely see where the flaws are. I'm still sad Quicksilver died because I really liked him as a character. Thought he was a great character.
But I'm glad Scarlet Witch stayed.
Yeah, but I think she's the lesser of the two, honestly. I would have preferred Quicksilver to stay and Scarlet Witch to go to the X-Men movies. But oh well. I think it's just because as a kid I'd watched Quicksilver in the X-Men cartoon and stuff, so like I have that connection to him.
Hulkbuster scene.
Oh, that's so good though. Oh no, so like okay. I'm gonna say overall, story-wise, this movie ain't the best. Action-wise, there's some good action in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the Hulkbuster scene is so good. The starting fight where they're all on the motorcycles and they do like the jump into like the cover art.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
Man.
Like I saw that and I marked out in the theater. No, so like there is a lot of good stuff with the action in it, but in terms of like the story and even like I didn't super love the ramifications of it. Like I know the Sokovia Accords are important, but I didn't like it's more like it became very political and I'm like eh.
What do you mean political?
Well, then it turned into like, are you for this government policy or not for this government policy?
Well, that's not an issue right now.
No, not right now. But like during that's all what Civil War was about.
But yeah. But Age of Ultron is like, I get where Tony's coming from. He doesn't want that to happen.
No, I get it. But like, I just, I don't know. I don't like long drawn out political discussions in my Marvel movie.
It's not really like.
No, I'm saying like what it led to. Like it didn't do much of it in Civil War, thankfully. But I'm just saying like the ramifications for the universe for it, and then like everything is kind of tied around the Sokovia Accords. It's like, can we have a cooler event that's everything tied around? I don't know.
Got a first look at Infinity War 2 in this movie.
Like what?
The vision Tony Stark has at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that movie it's gonna be different,
kind of like,
because it's his current perception of characters and characters who he doesn't know yet. He doesn't perceive them. So like,
but he knows something's coming.
Yeah. I will say there are issues with this movie with how it sets up stuff that they actually don't do, like the Thor setup.
Oh yeah, because they kind of just drop that in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, no, because I think Ragnarok was supposed to probably be very different. Yes. I bet you they wanted it to be like the Shakespearean, and then they realized, hey, adding comedy makes these movies good. So instead, they brought in Taika Waititi, who's like a god, like it's so good. So then it's like they dropped that. So I almost wonder if they're gonna drop Tony's vision too.
Maybe
they might.
Speaking of vision,
yes, I know. Yes. When I said it, I'm like, hey, that's a word.
He's a cool character.
He's cool.
At first, I was like,
they should have definitely defined his powers a bit more. Because
he's like master.
He just does things. He's just like, what's your power? I do things. He can pick up Thor's hammer. That's a good scene.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's a good scene. Who was it that gets the hammer to move slightly?
That was Cap.
That was Cap.
That whole scene,
right?
The party scene, was also
the party scene's good. Yeah,
really well.
That raises questions that we still have yet to answer.
Yes.
So we'll have to see about that.
That'll be like Phase 4 stuff, I think.
No, his contract is done at the end of Avengers 4.
Steve?
Yeah.
Or, Chris Evans?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So
that means he dies?
You know what I think might happen? Can you imagine, like, for the final battle in Infinity War, he picks up Thor's hammer and then like he gets like a repulsor from Iron Man and then like he's like wielding all these powers at once or something? That'd be so hype.
Oh my god.
And then he dies, yeah.
Then you've set my expectations too high.
Way too high, yeah.
What do you think about the farm scene? Like, a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it.
I like it. I like that it really brought down... It gave us a lot about Hawkeye, who we didn't get anything of in the first Avengers. No. And it brought me from going, yeah, Hawkeye, to, yeah, Hawkeye! So that's good.
Okay. Villain.
We kind of already talked about him, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, he could have been done better. I like his personality, but other people don't. He didn't have as much of a overall play in the Marvel Universe as we might have kind of hoped. Because he's a really big villain. It's kind of like Red Skull, how they just kind of threw him out after one movie.
Yeah.
Though
I hope they bring them back.
We still say Red Skull could have been teleported to space, and they'll just be Planet Hydra.
Who knows? Ultron might be.
It is my planet in space, Captain America. The planet where the Nazis have won, Captain America. And Cap's just up there. He's like, punches him.
Oh man, I forgot my thoughts.
Wait, didn't Thor's hammer get destroyed? Oh, I forgot. You're right. We won't get that cool scene. Unless it's just like at the very start of Infinity War, Thor's just like,
well, there's a new weapon.
Thor's just like, oh yes, I rebuilt Mjolnir. We passed by a dying star, and I stuck the handle in it, and there we go. That's my Thor voice. It's bad.
Post-credit scene.
Isn't this just Thanos putting his hand in the gauntlet? And he's like, looks like I'll have to do this myself.
I'll do it myself.
Yes. That was it.
Wasn't the best.
Nope.
But it was like...
But it existed. Just, a lot of Avengers 2 is just saying, hey, wait for Avengers 3. It really felt like that.
Pretty much, yeah. And just set up Phase 3 a lot.
Yeah, a lot of it's setting up. Yeah, I know a lot of it is setting up
Civil War set up Phase 3.
Yes, for sure. Well, Civil War is Phase 3.
Yeah.
So,
it was the first movie of Phase 3, which set up the rest.
Yep.
Ant-Man.
Oh, this one's one of my favorites.
Really?
I love it. It has such a style to it. It's such a great self-contained story. Even though it brings up some stuff with the MCU, it's like just a fun flick from start to end. Yeah. The characters I all love them.
Oh yeah, they're all really well.
Ant-Man is just such a great character. He's just such a good guy, you know? And this was the movie where after watching it, I'm like, okay, at this point, Marvel can make a movie on anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because an Ant-Man movie, I learned, has been tried to be done since the 60s. And they would keep selling it to people, and everyone would be like, try to write a script, and it wouldn't go through.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. You can definitely see where Edgar Wright's style was definitely put in the movie.
Like the scene where he first goes small.
Yes.
Yeah.
And though there is definitely like we know he's not going to be in for Ant-Man 2, I do hope they keep some of that style in it. We'll have to see about that. The same director that took over is back for Ant-Man 2, so that's good. But no, it's just
I liked how it had ties with Shield and all that.
Yeah, no, it tied into a lot of stuff.
Especially the Falcon, and like we saw the Avengers facility again.
And I do like how it did address the thing of like, oh, there's a problem. Get the Avengers, and they're like, do you know how difficult it is to get the? We can't just get the Avengers. So it does confirm that like, the Avengers just aren't always there doing everything, right? Like they're not just able to save the world all the time. Like there's still small crimes that like they can't deal with, or shady stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That movie, I don't like what it did to that one lamb. That was mean. I don't like that scene where he just kills a lamb.
It kind of ties to the villain part.
Oh yeah, no, he's a terrible person, but
psychotic.
I'm just like, why you gotta kill a lamb, bro? I mean, at least if you kill it in a way that you can eat it, because lamb is delicious. That's just a waste, turning it into a little blob of goo. Oh, the ending with the going into the like
the quantum
realm.
Yes.
That terrified me.
Really?
I didn't like that. That the idea of endlessly shrinking and like all the imagery,
the isolation.
I was like, that's scary.
That would be
That's
terrifying.
The scariest thing.
Well, to a point, he stopped shrinking.
What? No. They said you keep shrinking forever. He was still shrinking during that whole process.
Well, the part where he put the enlarging thing, he kind of like stopped.
No, he was still shrinking during that.
Well, stuff wasn't moving around him. So
yeah, because he was so small, there was nothing else to shrink for scale.
Oh my god.
Like, it's terrifying. There's that is like the darkness beyond terror. Now, mind you, again, we were talking about this. Once you get to Doctor Strange and you learn that he can just go there, whatever, it's fine.
Just have a coffee.
Just have a coffee in the quantum realm. Then it becomes slightly less scary. But for like, for in terms of where we were at already with this, it was like, oh, okay.
Well, and we're going to see a lot more of that in Ant-Man 2 too, as well.
Think so.
Oh yeah, we already did.
What?
Like if you watch the trailer.
Well, I don't watch the trailers. Now you spoiled it for me that they're going to the quantum. That's why I hate movie trailers. I hate movie trailers.
I thought you saw it in the theater.
Yeah, but I don't.
We went to see Black Panther.
I watch it and then I let my mind forget them. Because
it's not like it spoils the movie.
Yes,
you kind of just assume they go back there since we're going to see more of Hank Pym's wife.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a fan of movie trailers. They spoil way too much.
Fair enough.
The best movie trailers are the Star Wars ones that give you shots of the scenery, quotes out of context, and one or two things for a mood. That or like the Pixar shorts, which are standalone shorts, right? Those I love because those don't... Every second of a movie trailer is taking away from the money you pay to go see a movie.
Fair.
So like, what's the point if you can watch a trailer for free? I don't know. So like games are different because like the amount of time for a game trailer compared to how long you play a game, it's completely disproportionate. So,
villain.
Yellow Jacket's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
He's like Obadiah Stane, but for Ant-Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he's also consistently psychotic.
Oh yeah, no, he's like, you can tell like the stuff he's been interacting with has made him crazy.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, he's just a crazy dude.
Killed Anthony.
Yeah. No, I do like the fight scenes with him.
Oh,
There's real creative stuff involving big and small.
In the suitcase. Like, at the beginning, in the helicopter with the suitcase.
Freaking... So as a kid, Thomas the Tank Engine was like the biggest thing for me. So seeing that in the theater with my family and seeing Thomas on the big screen, they were poking at me and laughing so hard. It was great.
The whole final scene was really, really creative.
It's really good.
I'm sure Edgar Wright had a big part in that.
Oh yeah, no, like I think this movie is one of the most solid, just standalone Marvel superhero movies.
I think it could have been not better, but more unique if Edgar Wright had it.
I think he put enough of his touch on it that the mark is left. But it definitely, could have had a bit more of him for sure. I love the so there's this guy and it does all the cutting with like the people talking. That's really, that's so good. Yeah.
Like a highlight of the movie.
He's so good.
He is.
Can you imagine he was meant to play the attractive guy in Chips or whatever? That's weird.
Post-credit scene.
This is weird because this is the one for the post-credit scene for that is such a shift in tone.
Yes.
That I almost... Well, it's weird because there's two different types of post-credit scenes. There's the ones that are a newly filmed scene from that set that you can tell was filmed while they were around there that then, ties into it. Then there's the ones like this one where it is just a clip from the next movie that you see a little bit of, right?
Yeah.
And like you can tell the way it's filmed, the lighting, everything is so different.
Yeah.
You can tell that was just, they took a clip from another movie and put it at the end.
Yes.
Which I don't have a problem with.
It referenced Ant-Man.
It does. Yeah, it definitely references Ant-Man. And it's funny because when you're watching it in Ant-Man, it's almost kind of funny when he says, I know this guy, right? And it's but then you watch it in Civil War later and you're like, that's not a scene where you're supposed to laugh. It's good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
It's overall, it's top 5 for sure for me. Maybe not top 3, but definitely top 5.
Okay.
And it's definitely like, for me, now that we're done, we can talk about all of phase 2.
Okay. So number 5 or number 6.
I'm just gonna do my top 3.
Okay.
So I was just gonna my top 3 are definitely number 1's Guardians because it's my favorite. Number 2 is Ant-Man for sure, and then Winter Soldier. Like those 3 are tied to what?
Oh, Thor.
Shut up! I hate Thor. Those 3 are like super solid films. I love them. Actually, I could do the rest of them actually. Then probably Iron Man because I liked it. Then Ultron because even though it has issues, it has the fight scenes. Then Thor.
For me, I think it's number 1 Captain America. Number 2. Honestly, Iron Man 3. And then number 3 Guardians.
Fair enough.
I really liked Iron Man 3.
Fair enough.
And then number 4 Ant-Man, 5 Avengers, and 6 Thor.
There we go. All right.
And with this, I'm super excited to get into phase 3.
Yes, because phase 3 is where movies get so good. Good.
Oh man.
So it's not phase. Are people going to call it phase 3.5 after?
No, it's still a phase.
It's still phase 3. Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. That said, I think it's
for
time for just a few questions.
Yes.
So I'm just going to write in the chat here, ask us questions on anything. Is that right? Please, no weird stuff. There we go. Question time. So now we can do this now that we're live.
Yes.
So we'll see how this goes. And
How many viewers do you have?
I don't have it anywhere on here. I could get that later. But I think most people probably dropped out in the middle. Not a lot of people probably care that much about the Marvel.
Is that a dog?
No, it's probably my dad. He just makes noises sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like this Q&A stuff could, when we get a bit more out there,
we'll do more.
Cool, but...
Yeah, for sure. And especially when, like, we have a conversation that more people will stick around for, because it's very obvious a bunch of people jump ship.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. This is a pretty niche conversation that some people
in terms of, like, our audience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll just see here. I think we'll give about a couple more minutes before we just decide. Oh, here we go. Ha, DC!
Oh, God.
Do you have anything to say about DC?
No, I don't.
I have to say that the Teen Titans Go movie looks pretty good, actually.
The only DC thing I love is the Batman trilogy.
I don't even love those.
The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think the Dark Knight trilogy is very overrated. They're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think people hold them up to a little bit too high of a pedestal.
I don't think so. I think they're some of the best superhero movies ever.
I just don't like DC. Just period. Aside from Teen Titans, they're great. And I actually do want to see the Teen Titans Go movie. It actually looks really good.
I don't care about Teen Titans.
So you did not watch Teen Titans as a kid?
No.
Really?
No.
That like the original action show, it's really good.
Nope.
Is Teen Titans Go movie coming out? Yeah, and it looks really good actually. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people hate Teen Titans Go because it airs on TV so much in the States. And when I went to the States, it's true. It's on all the time. But the show itself is really funny. So, I don't hate it.
Fair enough.
I guess I should say I tried to watch... I think I talked about this in the previous podcast, but I might just say it again. My dad was watching Justice League upstairs, and I watched it for about 5 minutes, and it was the worst thing ever. I cannot believe that thing actually got put out and people defend it. Batman vs. Superman is terrible.
One of my coworkers, again, we said this in the last podcast, he thinks it's one of the best movies ever.
Yep, I don't understand how people can defend that travesty. Travesty.
Did you watch it?
Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was nothing else on the plane back from
Right.
London. It was just bad.
I know they want to play catch up, but it's like they did it so bad.
It's just amazing how they don't understand what makes the Marvel movies successful. Like, let's just do a quick look here. Characters. How relatable are the characters in the DC movies?
Not at all.
Not at all. How relatable are the Marvel ones? Even fantastical? They're pretty relatable.
Yeah.
Like, but Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, Peter Lang? What's his Scott Lang.
Yeah.
He works at a
Baskin
Robbins. And he
With an
deals with a customer who does not understand about the stuff you buy at Baskin Robbins. That one scene is more like there's so much realism to that in a good way. Like that makes more sense.
Even with the Guardians, like their interactions with each other are like
so much more
genuine.
than do you bleed?
You will.
I hate it. It's so bad. Like visual effects. 90% of Justice League was bad CGI. Like the Marvel suits are real. They wear
Most
them.
of them are.
No, well,
Iron Man's suit isn't real anymore. It was in the first movie, but they don't have it
No.
anymore.
They have at least. Why is Shades of Grey blocked on your chat? Like the book? I don't know. That's weird. Let's continue. No, but they have at least a majority of the parts of it, which are used real. Like they're like a lot of it is real stuff.
I mean, like the top half, but like, well, certainly in Infinity War, have you seen the set?
Oh yeah.
It's all like
yeah.
the same as Spider-Man.
Yeah. But no, it's like just like, but at the same time, they don't like mute the colors of them too much. They keep how they pretty much look.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from like redesigning a few of them, but they're like still better, you know? Action, everything about it, introducing the characters, they just don't get it. It feels like the Marvel movies are done by people who care about the source material and care about the finished product. The DC movies, all I feel are like
Corporate.
I'm John Moneybags, and I'm gonna put my money towards this film, and it's gonna be focus tested for general audiences, and it's terrible. Terrible.
You think that's where we should wrap for the time?
I think so. I don't think we have many. I think Ravencloak's the only one. So, yeah, I think on that note, we will be wrapping up. And hopefully next time we do not get cat intruders. Hopefully next time we don't fiddle with the camera. We'll see if we can get things a bit more
Professional.
So
Yes. This was an experiment again.
Yes. And we'll see how the audio version... I think the audio version will come out fine because I just gotta do it as normal. But otherwise, yes. Actually, this will also make the upload process easier because I just do a direct export to YouTube. So, hey, that's easy. So, yes. Thank you all for watching. And we'll hear from you
next Sunday.
Next Sunday, yes.
At the same time.
Ciao.